right. We are back with the What Do You Mean by That podcast, episode number 29. We're almost hitting the dirty 30s, but we're not there
We're
yet.
getting old.
I know.
You're getting old. Dickie, what are you drinking there?
30 is officially old.
I'm drinking a Beppis. I'm just kidding.
Are
It's a
you
Dr.
Becky?
Pepper. Dr. Pepper Zero.
He's like, did I ask you?
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
Marty.
I said, Decky, what
Oh,
are you drinking?
it cut
Decky has
out.
a drink in hand,
I have a drink here too.
but it wasn't in your hand.
It's a Beppis.
I
I
can't see
your
it for
hand.
the side.
It's a Beppis.
Martins, that would be like if I were to, watch this. I have a protein shake over here to the side. How would you even know? I can't see
I knew
your
that was
I
there.
thought you guys were watching me like a hawk. I thought you guys knew.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, I forgot an announcement. There you
But
go.
I'm just curious what Decky's drinking. I'm just like, yeah, I got a Dr. Pepper.
You
I
got
was watching
Dr. Pepper.
Martine. I saw you go grab the drink.
Yeah.
I didn't see him
but
grab it. But what are you
Dunkin'
drinking, Decky? What's your
has-
Dunkin' order?
Dunkin' had this new, I guess they're kind of like Panera lemonades. It's like charged energy drinks. But for some reason they ran out.
Oh.
So I had to get a iced coffee.
Wait,
and
charged
then
energy drinks? Is that like when you go to Dutch Bros and you get like the Red Bull ones? Kind of.
They have Red Bull ones? I've only had coffee at Dutch Bros. I haven't had like energy drink.
Yeah, they have like energy drink ones. So I guess it's kind of similar, right?
Those
The
must be
Rebels,
good.
right?
Those must be good. Because I know Jack in the Box kind of followed in that same path because they have like Red Bull something. Red
You
Bull
know
Dream
what's
They
the
something.
they
that-
sell cans too.
Yeah, in the cans.
Dave and Buster's I don't know if it still does, but they used to do a lot of Red Bull drinks that were like slushy things. Pretty
That
good.
sounds good. I did try the Jack in the Box one. That was pretty good. I didn't expect it to be. I didn't go with like high hopes or anything, but it was good. But Duncan has them now supposedly, and they were out for today. So I was kind of bummed because I really wanted to try it, but I got this. It's like this churro iced coffee. It was not bad.
I like churros.
I've been gravitating towards Dunkin' more because I always used to go to Starbucks just for its convenience. But Dunkin's a little bit cheaper if you use the app and stuff. Because they'll do like $2 iced coffees on like Mondays and stuff. So I think it's worth it.
Dunkin' for their food, because I can get a drink in the food.
Dunkin' has food too. Dunkin' has
Yeah.
more food options than Starbucks. I think overall their coffee kind of tastes better, but
Interesting.
that's just up to personal opinion, I guess.
I had
But
like once or twice. It's good.
Dunkin'.
Yeah, I thought the
They're
coffee
not
was really good.
everywhere.
Yeah.
The Dunkin' out here kind of sucks, but the one back in New York that we used to go to all the time was pretty baller.
Yeah, I
used to
think
get
they're good quality.
I used to get a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant with the hash browns on the side and a drink, and I'd be like, I'm chilling in the morning. Wasn't even that
Yeah.
expensive, so you know.
The only true
Yeah, it's not
way.
expensive.
The only true way you can save money is to buy a $5,000 espresso machine, and then you should be a
Bruh.
millionaire in about 2 years.
You still gotta
Yo, you
make
ever-
it.
Yeah, because
You
you're
ever
gonna
get
save
those
money on
TikToks
coffee.
Where it's like how I'm gonna, it's like I don't know what the guy's name is. Like that dude. He's like a business dude, and his daughter's making TikToks of how I'm gonna be a millionaire before I'm 20, and it's like first step, I'm working at my dad's job for like.
Oh
100 grand a year.
yeah, yeah.
And it's like she's like 16 years old, or whatever. It's like, yeah, if I could also just make $100,000 a year at like whatever age, of course I'd be a millionaire at 20. Like what?
Yeah, it must
That's
be
just
nice.
cheating the system.
Yeah, and then she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna invest all the money into all this like real estate stuff and then like live off what. It's
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
god, that's
yeah.
clickbait as
If
fuck.
yeah, it's like, yeah, of course, if you were making that much money and then your dad was like a multimillionaire, so he could support you, and then like you could just invest all your money. Of course, I'll be a multimillionaire by the time I'm 20. Like, my favorite thing is the TikToks that reply to that. Like, all right, first step, be born into generational wealth.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because my
that's
old
all right.
boss had like $2 or $3, and like they would all come work like for him like during the summertime when they're out of school, and then just like go back to school when summer break was over. So you know they would earn their salary while they were working there in the summer. Probably got paid more than me. Pretty much doing the same job.
Yeah.
Crying.
Like, Decky, can you take care of this for me? I'm only here for the summer. You should be able to handle this.
Yeah, just delegate all my tasks to them.
Yeah. So yeah,
Mhm.
nah. I always love those because it's always hilarious, and you always see somebody stitch it like just being born into like generational wealth, or like, oh yeah, first step, just have a dad that can just give me a job where I'm making 6 figures a year. Yeah, before I even graduate high school.
Yeah.
Must be fucking nice.
Just
But
get lucky. Just
Six
be
figures.
born lucky.
Yeah, be born lucky.
that's true. I'm the luckiest person alive, man. Wanna know why?
I believe that.
Why?
Because I was
Because you're
born.
drinking Dr. Pepper.
And
True.
Dr. Beppis.
Hear me out. Rich
You
people
were-
can enjoy a nice Dr. Pepper after a hard day's work.
That's true.
We all beat the other little sperm to the egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There,
we're all
fuck
winners.
fuck those guys, man. I'm the
Yeah,
winner.
fuck those guys.
Yeah. All those poor little bastards.
One
Anyway.
of those could have been a
Anyways.
doctor. I'm a streamer.
Honestly, yeah, that's true. One of them could have been a doctor, and yet here I am streaming
I'm a gamer.
streaming games.
Better.
True gamer.
What were you say, Tim?
We have like two important things. Wait. Did you guys watch Borderlands trailer? That came out last week.
I actually didn't end up watching the whole trailer, but I saw familiar names, and that's pretty much it.
think you watched it on stream. I know you watched it. Have you guys
Yeah.
played the Borderlands games, like all of them, or no?
No, I played like a little bit of 2. That's it.
I started at 3 and I didn't finish 3.
No, then
So I don't really know like all the characters in depth or anything like
Me
that. So
neither.
like I wouldn't have an opinion on how they're being played by the actors.
Me neither.
it's not. In my humble opinion, as a Borderlands fan that has played pretty much all the games except for the Tiny Tina game and the Telltale ones, probably a couple 100 hours each. Trailer's not. The casting's not. The trailer's fun. Casting's not great.
Interesting.
I think
That's what I've
most Borderlands fans, their issue isn't what happened in the trailer, is that the casting for the characters is it's just really bad. Like, it looks like
it's
they-
bad to the point where you're not willing to give it a chance.
No, I'll give it a chance.
So you're
I'm
still
gonna
gonna
give
see
it a chance
It's not
just
like
to see if they actually can pull it off.
Interesting.
So, you guys, if you played Borderlands 2, did you play with the DLC characters at all? Because in Borderlands 2, there's a DLC character, Krieg, which is one of the playable characters. They have him in the crew. Then they have Roland and Lilith, which are two people from Borderlands 1, which is fine. They match because in between Borderlands 1 and 2, they date and they break up, but like they're still like they love each other, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then they mix Krieg in there, which doesn't make sense lore wise, because Krieg only became a Vault Hunter because he saw a pretty lady with blue hair and he was like, fuck it, we ball, I'm gonna follow them around. And then they have like Tiny Tina and Tannis following around too, which doesn't make sense because they were never Vault Hunters. And Vault Hunters are pretty much just people that like to hunt down vaults for the loot and try to make a lot of money. Like, they're not like heroes or anything. They end up being heroes in the games, obviously, because you're playing a video game, you're gonna be the hero, like saving the world, whatever. But realistically, Vault Hunters are more like people after like money or riches. Is this
Robin Hood.
Except they don't give it to the
Yeah.
poor; they give it to themselves.
Yeah, they're trying to make
okay.
money.
So
They'll
pirates.
they'll
They're just
save the
pirates, yeah.
world, but in the process, they're trying to make money. Then you get your loot.
Yeah.
Jack Black is one. Oh, Jack Black is the only one we're watching for. Logan saying that. Okay, I'm gonna say something very controversial. As much as I like Jack Black, I forgot Claptrap's in there too. He does not have the voice for Claptrap at all. I don't know. You guys have played Borderlands a little bit. Claptrap's voice is high pitched and annoying. Jack Black his voice is too deep for that.
But like, I think the
You can-
character-wise, like if you're not talking about like the intonation of his voice, I think he'll do fine as like the character though.
Nah.
I think he will.
It won't be the same
No,
unless you cast like
it's
the
It's
not
never
same
gonna
dude.
be the same. It's never
They
gonna
could
be
have
the
they
same.
could have gotten an actor with a high pitched voice.
to do Claptrap's like
Yes. Even if you don't want to get the original voice actor for Claptrap, which I understand, you want like a big named actor to do it. There are actors that have a higher pitched voice that could have done it.
Honestly, it doesn't make any sense why they didn't get the actual actor's voice.
It's a
To be
voice act.
honest,
The thing is, it doesn't make sense.
because
Like you're
it's a
saying, it doesn't make
robot. It's
sense.
not. It's not
It's
a
a
person.
yeah. It's not like they. I'm not asking them to get the original the voice actor for Roland to play Roland. Like I know you need like a big named actor in there.
No, Kevin
I
Hart.
still don't think it should have been Kevin Hart. It should have been like it would have been cool if they got like Idris Elba or something. Idris Elba would have gone hard. He's an action
Yeah.
character in action movies. He's actually tall. Roland is canonically supposed to be around 6 feet tall. He's somewhere between 5'10" to 6 feet something. He's like around that height range. So he's canonically tall. Idris Elba made sense. The what's
Yep.
what is it, Kate Blanchett or something like that for Lilith doesn't make sense. She's not. Jamie Lee Curtis for Tannis is okay. It's not great. It's whatever.
You think all those actors actually played through the games?
No.
For like
The only
studying their
one
role?
that I would believe played the game is Jack Black because he has a gaming YouTube channel, or he did.
Yeah, he did at one point.
So
I
don't
think
know if he's
Bobby
still
Lee played
posting
his
it.
games. I think that's it though.
He might have, yeah. So like, if I would say probably less than 10% of that cast played the games or knows anything about them. If they say, "Oh, I love the game," I would. That's bullshit.
It's
If
gonna
you
be like
can't
another
tell me
Chris
any,
Pratt moment where he's like, "I love Mario."
like, yeah, you probably played like the first one on Game Boy, and then you probably never played it again. You're not tricking me.
Yeah, he went back to his Bible
Yes.
studies.
I think there's another. It's probably gonna end up being another example of them trying to use too many big name actors for a video game movie and then not sticking to like the video game story. So it's like,
Yeah, no, I mean, like once Hollywood gets out of it or a hold of it, they're gonna Hollywood the fuck out of it because it's
it's like,
just
listen.
they're gonna get all the big actors,
But even if they're
all the
gonna
mediocre
Hollywood it,
screenwriters.
they could have done better on the casting. If you have the money to get Kevin Hart, you have the money to get Idris Elba. You can't convince me otherwise. I think that they're probably comparable sized actors in terms of popularity, right? Or probably how much
I
they
think
get paid.
Kevin Hart's way bigger than him.
Okay, so then if Kevin Hart's way bigger, you can hire Idris Elba. And I think that he already did. So Roland in the games he's like mildly comedic, but like more serious. Idris Elba played a character like that in Suicide Squad, the second one.
Oh yeah, he was in that movie. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he played like did he make jokes and stuff like that? Yeah, he was mildly funny, but he was also a very serious character, which is the way he could have played Roland.
Yeah, no, I agree. The casting could have been way better.
Yeah.
But-
Either way, we'll see how the story actually goes and everything like that. It'll be fine. The guy that got for Krieg looks sort of like him, so that's close enough. I love Krieg. That's my favorite character in all the Borderlands games. It was mildly disappointing.
Well, maybe the movie will like make up for it. Who knows?
Oh, I doubt it, but if it's at least mid and not bad, I'll appreciate that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, same thing with like the Jumanji movie and other movies like that, like Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, I
stuff with,
remember-
like Kevin Hart and stuff. Like, you can't expect too much out of those movies.
Yeah, I
I'll
thought
be honest.
Jumanji was gonna be a fucking flop, but it did well.
Do you guys
No, it was a
like
good
Kevin
movie.
Hart comedy in
Uh,
movies and stuff like that?
I no, because
I
it
don't either.
changes. It's changed over the years. It's been
I
different
didn't even
every
like
time.
it before. I don't like. I don't think I've ever seen something with Kevin Hart and gone like, "Oh, that was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen." It's always like
I liked his old stand-up.
it's old stand-up's fine, but like him in movies, like I get that people like him,
Jumanji's
but
good.
for me, it's like he sort of plays the same character every time in terms of
Yes.
comedic. And
Well,
it's like
Yeah.
I liked him in the scary movies.
Oh, Scary
It's a
Movie
scary
was funny.
movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember. He was in 4 or 5. Which one was it?
Both, I think.
He was in, yeah, I think both.
He was in both.
It was okay, but I think 4 and 5 for the scary movies are also not good.
I think he
Compared to
was
the
in
other
3.
ones.
He was in 3.
Was he in 3? I
Yeah.
don't remember
Mhm.
3 that well.
3 is.
Three's the one with the aliens.
Yeah, 3 is the aliens. He's in that one.
He was in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was he? Did he do the
He's the
Brokeback Mountain
friend-
scene?
He was
Yeah,
homies
yeah.
with that one
Okay,
other
yes.
big black dude. They were talking about like the meaning of something. They're like
But
both
they did.
high as fuck.
But he did the Brokeback Mountain one. Where he's like, "You're grabbing
Yeah,
my
he
nuts,"
was. Yeah.
and then they
He was
grabbed
part
the
of
back
that
nuts.
scene.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't remember that he was in that.
That
Okay,
old
that's
Kevin
what's-
Hart was funny.
Yeah.
Okay, that was good.
That
I'm
was
gonna
like
say,
less Hollywood roles though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now that he's gone like full Hollywood, he's like The Rock. He plays the same character in every movie. Like he's high pitched squeals, like no, help you or whatever. Like he does like his squeals whenever like a big dude lifts him up, and then like it's whatever. It's the same character every time.
Remember that one movie we
It's
watched when we were at your place? The one where wait, was that your place? It
Whose place?
was the one with Kevin Hart, and it's on Netflix, where he's like has his own
Right
day.
on?
No, he has like his own free day or whatever. But he's like a super busy dude. He has like kids and shit. He's like the stay at home dad. And then he just
I think I know what movie you're talking about, but I don't remember.
I think we watched it at your place, but nobody was like paying attention. I think I was the only one like watching it. It's I'll look it up right now, but yeah, that one it was lame as fuck, not gonna lie.
I thought you were gonna say it was good.
No, it was
Because
lame as
it
fuck.
caught your attention.
Yeah, because it just came up in my head. Kevin Hart.
I know Kevin. I'm like, if I see Kevin Hart in a movie, I lose a little bit of interest. I'm like, it's not going to be that great.
Yeah, no, they definitely need to like lower the
Me
rate
Time.
on like casting some of the actors.
Me Time. It has it also has Mark Wahlberg in it.
Mark Wahlberg's another character that I've seen in a movie. I'm mildly disappointed. There's like certain actors that they just at this point they just play the same character over and over again. I'm like, I can already tell what this movie's gonna be ahead of time. Like I'll watch it because it might be entertaining, but I'm not looking forward to it.
John Cena supposed like he's appearing in more and more things. I think, right?
Mark Wahlberg
Becoming more of an
I
actor.
think
No, John
John
Cena.
Cena is
Oh.
mildly interesting though as an actor compared to other.
I just
Like
got an
if you were
ad.
to, because yeah, an ad on what?
On Amazon. Well, it's a TikTok ad, but it was for Amazon Prime. It was a new show, I think. It's with John Cena,
Was it
Zac Efron.
Peacemaker?
No. It's John Cena, Zac Efron,
Efron?
and Andrew Santino. Like a comedy show. I just saw it last night. I forgot the name of it. It's coming out March 7th. I know that.
Yeah, John Cena and Peacekeeper though was or Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Peacemaker.
Was that
He was
good?
really good. That was a fantastic show. I think.
Really?
I didn't watch
Yeah.
it. Wait, no, I
It's
think I
like-
did. I watched like one episode maybe.
I think it was pretty good. It was a very solid show. It wasn't like the greatest show of all time, but it was very entertaining, very fun. That had the vigilante in it. That was pretty good. Favorite character. I don't know.
Oh,
What else? Did we talk
Ricky
about-
Stanicky. That's the show.
Did we talk?
Oh, it's a movie.
about Ricky Stanicky.
Yeah, Ricky. I don't know why it's a name.
Yeah, I wouldn't think Zac Efron would do like TV shows.
It's a
That would surprise
movie.
me.
It's a movie. It has Zac Efron, John Cena, Andrew Santino, Jermaine Fowler, and Jermaine something. Jermaine Fowler. It's a comedy film.
I would have peeped that. What does it say though? That did we talk about the Deadpool 3 trailer?
We talked about it last week, but
Did we?
yeah, we did.
Okay, I didn't remember if we did or didn't.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
That one was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's like I feel the complete opposite about that movie versus Borderlands.
Yeah, Deadpool's gonna be sick. But
That one like actually looks good.
Does
When's that- that
Deadpool
one
I don't think
looks good.
Deadpool's ever like let down except for the second movie. It was kinda like whatever.
I like the second movie.
It was good. It was just not
Love
as
the
good.
second movie. I didn't like it at all.
You didn't like
to be
it?
honest. No.
Oh wow. But like I don't know, Ryan
The
Reynolds
first one
acting
was
is funny.
good.
You know? I think it makes up for like any like mistakes
This one
along the
comes
way.
out July 26th.
Deadpool kind of
Deadpool 1
pushes
was-
the comedy over the top, where it's just kind of like bland comedy to me.
Mm.
Deadpool 1 was
Sneeze,
definitely better than Deadpool 2, but I think that they're both fine.
Whew.
For me.
What was I gonna say? Oh, something else we said we would do. Yeah, did you guys all watch the first episode of Avatar? The Last Airbender?
I watched most of it.
Okay, so he didn't watch it all. Fucking asshole.
But he formed his opinion on half an episode.
It's more than half.
That's fine.
It was like
the ending makes up. Okay, what did you watch up to? Okay, spoiler alert. We're gonna talk about it. What did you watch up to?
I don't want to say what we want. Let's not spoil.
I
Let's
don't think I'm
spoil.
gonna-
We're not gonna. No, we're not gonna spoil.
Yes, we're gonna spoil.
We don't do spoilers for shows.
Okay, we're not. Okay, it's out though.
It doesn't matter if it's out. We don't do spoilers.
Okay,
But
we can say
yeah.
spoiler alert, and then people will tune out.
No, we're not. We're not. Not unless
Bitch.
something's over a year old.
That's
That is
fucking
our-
stupid, but okay.
It's the
No,
golden rule.
that's-
This
No,
is a
'cause that's
bullshit
fair
ass
because-
rule.
If something's a year old, that gives people enough time that they should have watched it by then.
I think I can say
I'd
my
rather-
opinion without spoiling it though. Like,
Okay.
Why do you?
I don't have to give away plot points.
I want to spoil it because I just want to know what Tim. Well, honestly, I just want to know what Tim
Why do you want
ended.
to
At.
spoil
I
it?
want to know what Tim ended at.
I told you I was partway through.
How halfway?
We could
3/4.
we could spoil the first episode,
A
right?
little more than halfway.
I think the first
not
episode.
spoiling
Okay, everybody's seen Avatar, like the
Yeah, but
original. It's the first
this is-
episode's pretty 1-to-1.
It is not even close to 1-to-1. That is complete cap.
It's pretty close.
The first third of that episode is nothing.
Oh my
similar
god!
to
But the idea is the same.
that doesn't. The idea being the same doesn't mean that they did it the same. That's
Okay,
completely
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the idea is 1-to-1, where like you get the
It's
idea
not
of from the
1-to-1.
beginning of the.
It's not 1-to-1. It's literally not 1-to-1.
Okay, explain.
I can't explain.
Then
without
you
spoiling.
can't fucking fight it then.
Because you're wrong. You're fundamentally wrong.
No,
It's
I'm
even-
not.
Okay, you want to get into spoilers? Fine, we'll get into spoilers. Just for
Fine,
you. If there's-
Jesus.
you guys have 10 seconds to leave. I'm gonna give you from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. The beginning of the episode never happens in the original episode, original anime show. It's not an anime.
Of course not.
How are you gonna say it's 1-to-1 then? The beginning and then even the attack on the air things, you've never once seen that. They've never once talked about what actually happened there, and you never know how it actually went down. It's not 1-to-1.
In the first episode of the show versus the first episode of the animated series?
Yes.
Of course not. It's not
And
gonna give
how are you
everything.
gonna say it's 1-to-1?
No,
It's not,
no. But
no,
based
it's
on
not-
the
I'm not talking
entirety of the
about any way-
story,
I'm talking about the way that they do it is way different. It is not 1-to-1.
if you're saying, of course not, because it's a fucking 8
Then how
episode
would you-
series.
What do you mean?
No,
of course
I'm
not?
talking about
You-
I'm talking about the overall story, not the animated
It's
series.
still different.
If you read
It's
the
still-
books, if you know the lore,
No,
it's different.
I'm not talking about reading the books. Even then, you just said it's different. First of all, you went from saying it's 1-to-1 to it's different, so it's 1-to-1, then it's different. You can't keep flip-flopping
Oh my
on if it's 1-to-1 or if it's different. You have to pick. Is it the same or is it not?
It's not exactly the same as the animated series. No.
And you can't say it's 1-to-1.
I'm not saying it's exactly the
You
same.
said it like
I'm saying
4
the
times that it's
story,
1-to-1.
okay,
No,
okay.
you said
Let me
4
change my mind.
times it's
The
1-to-1.
story is pretty close. Not
That's not even
exactly the same.
Not even close. No, it's not. First of all, they
Good job.
changed major beats about it. They changed major beats about it.
What?
What?
Well, I'm asking you what. I'm just want to know, like, what do you mean?
First of all, we never see okay, how do I word this without I don't want to if you've seen the original animated series and you remember when they talk about how things went down for the Fire Lord 100 years ago versus the way they did it then versus the way they do it now. One, he wasn't the one that straight up smokes Aang's cool friend, old boy Yatsu. That was different. And we don't know any of these like attack plans, like, oh my god, he's gonna attack everybody. Like we never see any of that. We just know that it's happened. That and they don't show how do I word this? I don't want to spoil things. I feel bad about spoiling things, but I don't want to get into this. You're wrong. You admitted that it's not 1-to-1. The story is different. It's similar, but it's different. Is the beats the same where like, oh, Aang has to learn all the all the bendings? Yes. But they do it differently.
Yeah, because it can't be 1-to-1, because then it wouldn't be. It wouldn't. It would just be the same thing and not.
But that's what people want.
That's bullshit. Because you're supposed to look at it as own entity, man. You're not supposed to
Mm,
compare it, because then otherwise you're just
Okay,
gonna be
whoa,
disappointed
whoa,
the
whoa,
entire
you-
time.
No. You can't say you're not supposed to compare it. If you make something based off of something else, you have to compare them. Why would I want to? Let's say
You can
you-
compare it, but then it's just gonna bum you out.
What do you mean you can compare it?
You can. I'm
should
saying
compare
you.
it. No, you should compare.
I don't think you should.
If I
No,
read,
Let's say
I don't think you should.
You don't think you should because let's say somebody that
No,
has
if
no
I read-
knowledge of the
wait,
original
if
animated
I
series.
read a book
Oh my
and
god.
I watch a movie, should I not compare them?
If you want, sure. I'm not saying you should.
I think you should, because if you're gonna base something on a piece of media and then all you're gonna do is keep the characters but do the story completely differently, you should have just done a different story.
I'm saying you can compare. You can.
No, I'm saying
I don't think you should, because then that defeats any
No,
form
if
of
you're
like
not gonna
entertaining it
follow-
yourself.
I'm
For
not saying that
you
you
would
have
like
to-
to. You
No.
can do it.
if you're gonna do something, I'm not saying it has to be an exact replica, but if you take away the flavor and all you're keeping is the characters and mild pieces of the story, and then you're doing your own thing, why? You could have done a completely different story with completely different characters, make your own original IP and do it if you want to do something different. You don't need to take and bastardize the characters to use an IP. You make your own IP, you do your own story if you want to do something. Or make a new avatar. Use a different avatar, like they did with Korra. They advanced as a future. Do that. Make an avatar. Do the first avatar for all I care. We've never even really seen him. Do your own story. You don't have to bastardize the original.
That doesn't always work out though.
I'm
For
not
like
saying,
a big production company like Netflix, like they want
I
gross
know that
revenue.
I know that they want the gross
So they're
revenue.
gonna
I'm just saying that they're
they're gonna
bastardizing
take.
IP.
I mean, they could do like a spin-off in the future, but
That's what I'm saying. Do
their
the
main
spin-off.
idea, their main focus right now is to do an adaptation because they know the original story is just that good. Even though if they fuck it up, they're still gonna get viewers. But if you take like Star Wars, like Mandalorian, like by itself, that spin-off was good. Some of the other ones, they weren't all that good. Like Andor, I don't think that was good, but
That's what I'm saying. If you wanted to use an IP, do a spin-off. You don't have to adapt the original. Mandalorian is a spin-off that was fantastic, made tons of money for Disney. Was Andor as good? No. Was Book of Boba Fett as good? No. You shoot, sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. They should not, in my opinion, based off what I've seen so far, it's a bastardization. Even them doing, all right,
I
even
think
them bending.
Netflix's track record though has proven that they can't really like they're not really good at making original.
They're not really
They're
good at
not-
making originals.
They're
no.
not, but they're also not good at doing most things. The only times that they're ever good at making something, let's say like the Cyberpunk anime that they did, that wasn't done by Netflix. That was done by Studio Trigger. And even then, Netflix tried to tell them not to do certain things. Like let's say the character Becca, they said don't make her a lolly. They said we're making her a lolly, and they just left it like that. And that ended up being one of the favorite characters out of the entire show. Because if Netflix sticks their toes into something, it sucks 9 times out of 10. They should, in my opinion, they should have let like somebody else take care of this. Like it shouldn't have been them to do it. Even the bending in the show when the firebenders are just doing stuff, they're just like fireball. They're not bending the way that they used to bend in this thing, at least from what I had seen so far. They're not like if you watch in the original show, a lot of the times when they're doing stuff, they have to actually bend. They have to actually do like martial arts looking stuff to actually use the stuff.
They
And in
did.
the
They
show,
did in the very first scene, and when they were fighting.
barely. The dude just stuck his hand into the rock and threw it up.
No.
That's not bending the way
When
that they did.
well, this isn't really a spoiler because it happens in the fucking show. When the Fire Nation attacks, in this case the Southern Air Temple, you see them like doing martial arts as well.
Barely. If you go rewatch that scene, they're barely doing anything. They're like going like this, and that's not bending the way like they were doing all the kicks.
But they do the same shit in the fucking
No, they
show.
don't.
They do
No,
this.
they don't.
I remember seeing Zuko
Yeah,
in
in the
like
show they would go like this.
yeah.
No. In the original show, yes, they would go like this, and then they would do kicks and like they would do stuff. And this one, if you rewatch the way they're doing it, they'll have fire in their hand before they're even doing something, and then just instead of actually bending. Rewatch it. I promise you, they're not bending. I promise you.
They do move their arms and like their legs and stuff. They do. I see it. I
No,
remember
no, it's
watching it.
not the same. It's not the same.
It's
If
not
you
supposed
watch,
to be the same.
I'm not saying that. No, I'm saying it's not the same in the sense that it looks as if it's a mage throwing a fireball versus somebody actually bending fire.
Okay, let's talk about the airbenders then. Do they do very similar stuff?
Barely.
They
I don't
no,
think it's
those are very, very, very similar.
barely similar. I don't think it's very similar. Rewatch it. I promise you. I had just.
I don't need to. I
promise
remember it vividly.
I don't think you remember that well.
Dude, I thought it was
I don't think
badass.
you
I
were
was
look-
watching. I was at the edge of my
know.
seat.
I
I was
thought it
like,
was
this is
terrible.
sick.
Even the earthbender that they show in the first part, he's not really bending. He's like sticking his hands into the rocks and lifting it up.
That's what
not
they
the way that they.
kind of
That is
do.
not. No, it's not. Toph never won. Well,
She
sometimes
does.
did.
She punches the ground and then
Okay.
something comes up. She's done it
Okay.
before.
Okay, she's very few times does it like that, and a lot of the other times they're actually bending the rock. If you watch the original series versus this, their bending style is different, and I think it looks like dog ass.
I don't think so.
I think you need to rewatch it then.
I don't think
If
I
you
need to.
rewatch it and you
I'll
still
just
stand
continue
on it,
watching and I'll see more bending. So I mean,
rewatch I'm saying this, if you rewatch the way that they do it, or just look at the way that they're throwing fire, it's not
the fire,
same.
sure. They do. I do remember like them holding their palms
They're
open.
holding, but the thing is that if you look at their hands are on fire long before, even when the dude, this isn't really a spoiler because you don't know who we're talking about. The guy that has himself, like he just covers himself in fire. He doesn't do anything fancy to cover himself on fire. He just covers himself in fire out of nowhere. And that's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't bend to do that. He just does it like with his mind. And it's like,
Well,
that's not the way the original.
But okay, in the original show they don't do that, right? That's true. But if you,
I'm not saying, but even if you want to cover yourself in fire, do something cool to do it first, not just instantly combust yourself.
I don't. I guess. Well, you want me to do like a fucking ballerina twirl before I do a fire
That's
on
the
me?
way the show did it at first. The original show, whenever they bend any elements, they do something first to actually bend.
That's
the
true. But remember, this is a certain specific day in the lore.
It's Sozin's Comet.
Sozin's Comet.
Every 100 years.
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't mean, even when there was Sozin's Comet in the other one, they had the powers, but they still had to bend to do it. They couldn't just instantly combust themselves. He was still using bending.
I'm trying to think
Am I
of, well,
wrong?
if you're, I'm just trying to like put myself in your understanding, like, because what you're doing is you're comparing it from the series to the show, literally.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying
Right?
that they have to do the exact same bending. I'm saying that they should have done some sort of bending.
They
I'm
do
not saying
though.
they don't really.
By okay, don't really and don't are
Any
two different
bending-
things.
No,
Because you're saying
any
they
bending that
don't,
they
and then
do
you're
feels
saying they don't
very
really.
lazy. No, I'm saying that they don't do it. If they do it, it's not really anything crazy in the sense that not that it has to be crazy, but they're not really doing any bending.
They do though.
No, they don't. How are you going to tell me the thing that I just watched?
Because I just watched it too. Why is it making that you're right and I'm wrong?
Your memory. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go find this right now. I'm gonna find the clip.
All right, go ahead. But
No, because
but again, like I think Emily's right here. You can compare a book and a movie, but don't expect it to be exactly the same because a 60-minute film is different from a book, or it has to try and develop the story. Having different mediums won't convey the same story, but that doesn't mean either or is bad. You were comparing a book and a movie earlier, so then I was just like, okay, book and a movie are exactly the same.
If I didn't say it has to be the exact same, but I said if you take just the characters and you bastardize the way that they did things in a way that's not even remotely close. I'm not saying it has to be 1-to-1, but it should be relatively close that you can feel the same way in the book and the movie, or a similar way.
I kind of felt that way.
You can convey that, but with a production company like Netflix, it's not going to happen. Like they're going to just completely rip the spirit out of like the original animated series and just put it into this bastardized adaptation.
I will agree. There's some scenes that are not like. I was like, what the hell? How did they figure that out? This one's kind of for those who've seen the animated series, they're like, they don't know how to like fly Appa, right? And then they're like, oh, what do you do? And I think, I don't know. I don't remember exactly how they figure it out, but in the show, they don't even say the word, you know, like yip, yip. You know how that's like the way you're supposed to make Appa like fly? They don't say it in the show when Aang's not the writer. So that threw me off. I was like, oh, that's not 1-to-1. That's not the same.
The spirit just it's not there. It's not the same.
It's
You
not the
can't
same. No, it's not. It's not going to be the same. But I think
you're not gonna get that warm feeling that you
That's what
felt
I'm
when you
saying.
were watching the animated series. It's just
I'm
not
not
gonna be
saying it
there.
has to be that same exact warm feeling, but I should still feel like, oh, this is Avatar. Is it going to be an exact 1-to-1? No, and I don't need it to be 1-to-1. I just want it to feel sort of faithful to it, and it
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
feel that
I think
faithful.
we all agree this is like a big ball drop because Netflix is obviously cutting corners and just trying to get a point across of just this whole Avatar animated series and just like this condensed version. So
I don't think it's good.
from the first episode,
it's
that's
definitely
all.
not.
That's. I mean, it's gonna be hard from the first episode. If you continue watching, then maybe we'll get a better idea.
I don't know. I've seen parts of the other ones as well where they make major changes to how sort of certain things went down. It didn't. My major gripes, and I will admit I haven't seen these episodes and I haven't seen certain things, but from what I have seen clips, I have watched several reviews, and I've talked to people that have watched the show. They make major changes to stuff that they shouldn't have. Like, how do I word this? Aang isn't like the same like whimsical kid. Like, not that he has to be the same exact whimsical kid, like always fucking goofing around all the time, but he lacks that whole him being like a kid character to the extent where it's like even on like the whole island with the warriors and stuff like that. Like he's not acting like
Yeah,
the same.
he's more one dimensional in the
Yeah. And a
live
lot
action.
of the from what I understand, a lot of the characters feel way more one dimensional than they did in the show, which is bad writing,
If
in
you're
my
if you're
opinion.
comparing it, yeah,
No, it's bad writing in general.
it's a I guess.
I'm not saying like even not comparing it, the from what I've watched so far and what I've seen from further things, it's bad writing.
Given given like the situation, taking a whole series and condensing it,
But I'm like on its
yeah,
own, even standing on its own,
still
it's not great.
for the sake of progression of the story, yeah.
It feels like they're trying to
Overall,
speed
yeah.
run everything. They're trying to speed run to see how fast can we get all 3 seasons into fucking like 2 episodes. Like it's like what's going on here? Even like if you had watched anybody that's watched the original series, Sokka and oh my god, what's her name? The first girl he's
Suki?
fucking
Oh
on.
no, the second.
Yeah, no,
Suki is the
Suki.
second one. That's
Su-
the chick
no, Suki's the
from.
first one.
Is it the one from the one tribe that has like the feathers and shit, or not the feather fans?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Suki.
that's Suki. Yeah. Talking about. I thought we were talking about Moon Girl for a
Even
sec.
their interactions are way different. Where like instead of him just being in the original series, I don't want to compare it. Even in this series, that whole interaction with them is different. And then
And different
Aang,
by what? By what do you mean? Different how?
so instead of him being sexist, he's not sexist. They still have a little bit of an argument, and then he like, it's like whatever. I'm gonna be a Kushi warrior.
So
So like their
you're
whole interaction in the original series was based off of him being a sexist, and then realizing oh sexism is kind of fucked up. And then in this, they take away that whole aspect of it.
but
So
Tim,
it feels like that.
Tim, you just said you're trying not to compare, but you're comparing.
You want to let me finish my fucking sentence?
But
First?
that's what you did.
No, but I'm saying in the original, that's what they did. In this one, they do it in a way where they interact as warriors, but he thinks of himself as like slightly better, and then she whooped his ass, and he's like, "Oh, maybe I'm not," which is like cool, but it takes away like what's the purpose of that? He could have just gone through the training with her at that point, and just with a learn a new fighting style.
Well,
If they want to, there doesn't. If you're gonna take away the reason that they had a little bit of an altercation, then there's no reason for that altercation to happen to begin with.
I'm just trying to like put myself when I'm watching the show. I'm just trying to put myself in a position where like I will have no bias. I will not compare it to the animated show because then again, it's just gonna just turn everything off for me. I will like make points here and there. Well, I will like compare it, but I won't like make it affect like how much I'm enjoying the show because then otherwise I'm just not going to enjoy the
Listen.
show.
I think the only point I'll give to the show that I mildly thought was cool was some of the visuals looked nice. That's pretty much it. I felt the writing left much to be desired. The characters on their own, not basing them off the original, like as a show by itself. If I had never watched it, characters felt kind of mid. I didn't feel anything
Yeah,
like,
that's a fair
oh,
assumption. No,
I,
it
I
did.
I have no emotional connection to them the way that I did when I watched the original series, which is like is mildly comparing them, but like in the sense where it's like the original series from the beginning, I'm like, hey, these guys are kind of cool, I like them, and now I'm like, the characters, they're in the show, they're the main cast. That's the only reason I would ever care about them is just because they're the main cast. And it's like, okay, I don't know. I just feel like it's a bastardization of it, which to me they should have just done. If they wanted to do something in the universe, they should have done a live action spinoff.
That'd be cool.
And there's years of many different avatars they could have made the spinoffs about. They could have done Kyoshi. She has a lot of lore written in. They could have gone back and be like, we're gonna do a Kyoshi live action show. That would have been fine. They could have done the first Avatar. We don't really know too much about what happened back then. That would have been cool. Or even the second one, or the fourth, or the fifth. Or even if they wanted to do the Avatar before Ink, I forget his name, but it's the Fire Avatar. We had seen some of him, but they could have gone more
Roku.
into his lore. They could have done more. Yeah, him. I just think that to me, instead of doing the show, they should have done a spin-off and they should have just based it off of one of the some other Avatar that we've seen before and just done something cool with that.
I think that would have been cooler. I agree.
I just, and then I think that it would have had less of a bad impression on people if they would have done a spin-off than doing the original.
Yeah,
That would
you
have been
can't take
cooler.
something that's very beloved from like people from the '90s because I think now that people have grown up, like they're able to like see, form their own opinion. Because back then you would just watch something just to watch it for like the eye candy, and I
Yeah.
think kids nowadays can appreciate the live action because they're just like, oh, this is action, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. If you're somebody from nowadays, I feel like also it matches sadly it matches shows quality from nowadays.
Netflix show quality.
Netflix show. Yes, Netflix show quality
Netflix show
from
quality.
nowadays. There
yeah,
aren't
it's a
really good
typical
shows now.
Netflix
Let
show.
me rephrase that.
Yeah.
It matches other if you enjoy Netflix shows, you'll enjoy this.
No, that makes sense. I agree. Yeah, I'll agree with that. It's
You're
very similar to like other Netflix shows where they like do the same. If they're like trying to like get as much they can in a show, in a film, whatever,
within 8 episodes.
within 8 episodes. In this case, 8 episodes. Yeah.
They need to also increase these episode counts on seasons. I'm sick of seasons being 8 episodes. We talked
Yeah,
about
eight
this
episodes. Like an hour long. Like
what are we doing? Give
honestly,
me 12 to 24 episodes. I'm not waiting goddamn 7 years for fucking 8 more episodes. What is going on?
yeah.
I don't
Because
know. I'll finish this show. I'll probably actually finish this show just to see. I'll give it its fair shot. It's in my opinion, it's gonna end up somewhere between mid to disappointing.
I just hope it keeps.
I would,
In my case, I hope it stays the same. Because right now I'm like, all right, this is cool. That's me.
yeah, it's just watchable. Like my opinion would range like between mid to disappointing as well. Like for someone like me that's only watched the animated series, I watched bits and pieces of it because I never watched it in like chronological order when it was on airing on TV. I would just catch like, oh, that's an episode of Avatar. I'd watch that, and then I'd catch the next one whenever I could, but it would always be out of order.
Did you
But
ever rewatch it after it came out on
yeah,
Netflix? Was it?
yeah, I watched a few episodes. I didn't finish it though.
I think I rewatched
I
the
had
entirety of it.
I had watched it on my own many years ago, and then obviously through spicy sites I had watched it as well. After not being a kid, and you're like, all right, the show's been off the air for years. I got to go find somewhere to watch it. So I watched it through other means, and then Becca had never finished it or seen it. So then when that came out on Netflix, I believe we watched it again.
Yeah.
So I do have I have a good connection with that show. So that's why it kind of hurts how bad it came out compared.
I was
That's how I felt about the original.
yeah. I used to watch it like the reruns as a kid, and then I remember when it first came out, and I would watch it when it first came out, but I would never. I didn't have cable back then, so I would just like see bits and pieces here and there, and then I would watch reruns when the reruns were happening, and then I finally was able to like afford buying the. I bought the DVD set when I was like 20 something, 21, 20, and
So you watched it
then
late in life.
yeah, I watched it late so I can have like a better yeah. Even as an adult, it holds up. To be honest, like I think it still does a good job as a in an anime series. Like watching it as an adult, there's certain parts I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
definitely.
this is kind of weird. There's some weird moments like I'm like, oh, this is very kiddish, but it's still watchable like as an adult. And but at this, like I said, I just can't. If you want to enjoy it, you shouldn't compare it. I mean, you can, but I mean, it's just gonna I don't know. It's just gonna ruin
I
like
think
your viewpoint.
I just think the writing they should have increased episode count and then given more time to the characters to develop them. Like even like if you watch this is comparing two different shows. If you watch the original Game of Thrones, they took a lot of time to do character development with characters. And they did it in a way where, well, they, not a lot of time. They developed their characters in a way where you actually cared about them. And even if it was over the course of many seasons, they would give you the time for a character to develop. Even if it's some random character that they're going to use 4 seasons from now, they would slowly develop them. And this doesn't feel like they're giving it that time.
Yeah, but again,
Listen,
that's HBO
that
versus
is
Netflix.
fair. But I'm just saying, if you give your writers enough episodes and you let them do what they should do, I'm not saying the characters have to develop in the exact same way. If you want to change certain pieces of the character to do it differently, I'm fine with that as long as they still grow as a character instead of feeling one dimensional. Another thing, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that this show does a lot more of showing you instead of telling you type of thing. Is that the right way?
I think that's the
Or no,
opposite.
telling, not showing. That let me reverse that.
Yeah.
So that they do they
They
tell you
show you.
everything instead of showing you through the things actually happening. They'll tell you like, oh, this is bad, instead of being the showing you like something's wrong. That's what somebody said. I don't know if that's true or not for the show. I need to watch it and see how I feel about it. I'll come back to you next week. I'll get it done. Give
Yeah,
me
I'll,
like
I'll I'll finish. I'll finish the show by next week too. I'll be watching it. I think it's gonna be. I think I'm gonna enjoy it, but we'll see. Just the first
I don't know.
episode, it only gives you so much. We'll see.
I don't know. I'm very sensitive to bad writing when it comes to live action shows. I'll drop it. This one I'm just gonna finish just because it is Avatar, so I'll give it a try. But if I come back next week and I'm still severely disappointed, I'm not watching season 2.
You know what's
It's
funny?
not.
Fair.
I
Listen,
never seen
it's a
the
better
original live
anime.
action. I never seen it. I don't
The
think I
original.
wanted
The
to.
movie?
Yeah, I
You
never
gotta
seen the movie.
no. M. Night Shyamalan should be ran through the streets for that.
He's made good
Um,
movies, but
he's
not
made. He
that
hasn't
one.
made a.
Not
He
recently.
made. He made Split. Split was cool, and then after that, he dropped the ball again. Like, what is this man?
He
How do
made
you
that.
make one good movie again after years of making stinkers, and then you go back to making stinkers? Everybody thought it was his comeback.
The movie's better than the animated series. All right, we can ban him. Somebody.
We can time him out.
Yeah, we can time him out. Make him
It
cut
is
his mic. Cut his mic.
intellectually online producers. It's time to write. Character progression is happening a lot in many companies since they want to min cost and max profits. I agree in a certain degree, but then but that's Netflix. Netflix doesn't let people. Netflix has like this generic style of what they want the shows to be like, which ends up terrible every time. Versus like Amazon. Well, actually, no. Amazon, was it Amazon that did the Rings of Power show that ended up being a big old stinker?
Rings of
Did it,
Power.
yeah.
Rings of
Yeah.
Power was a stinker. But Amazon also has really fun and cool shows like The Boys. It's pretty good. Actually, no, The Boys' writing isn't anything crazy. It's just very shock factor and entertaining.
I've been wanting to watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
Amazon has really banger animated shows though, with Invincible and Vox Machina, in my opinion.
What other? Oh, I guess they don't. They didn't make. Did they make Cabaneri and the Iron Fortress? They didn't make it, right?
I don't think they made that. I think that they owned that, but
They
they didn't
own
make
that. Yeah.
That's different. That was made by
that's pretty good.
that was made by Wit, if I remember correctly, which is the people that did the original Attack on Titan seasons.
Yeah, it makes sense because they look
So
exactly the
that's
same.
which, once again, if you just let people do their stories, and then you send it out, you make some pretty banger things. Cavalier, solid anime. Was it the best anime of all time? No. Was it a solid like 8? I think it was like an 8. Was it like an 8? I think I would give it like an 8 from what I remember.
Yeah.
Like even Netflix, they have the Cyberpunk anime, which I think is like a 9. 8.5 to a 9. And they didn't do anything with that. I don't get like why they're not just letting writers fucking run free, baby. Let them do what they're gonna do, and I promise you, they'll give you some banger shows with a good director.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just disappointing.
They're really doing it wrong. They're dropping the ball. I don't know if they're in it for like obviously the profits because of their business, but like
Yeah.
they got to realize that people are only gonna stay loyal to your service if you give them quality stuff, and if it's just
That's
subpar shit with like a lot
yeah.
of just cool action sequences here and there, like
Yeah.
people are
Action's
really aren't
not
gonna
gonna
stay for the long term.
carry a show forever.
Yeah.
I agree with Decky on that. A lot of shows, even the Halo show has been really dookie buns.
That's what I've heard.
I had started it and I was like, this is not my. I never once in my life needed to see the Master Chief's ass cheeks or his face.
That's on
And I
Paramount, right?
seen both. Yeah.
Actually, oh
Listen,
yeah, such a stupid,
I don't like.
this is a stupid path to go down.
It's one thing to show his face. I don't need to see his ass. It's two different things.
That's
You want to show his face? Go for it. His butthole? I'm good.
that's
Like,
America's ass right there.
I
He's
also
just in the mirror spreading it in one team.
yeah, everyone's spreading evil
he
hate.
busted a Tim.
Nah, that Halo show is disappointing too. And listen, once again, I don't need to be a 1-to-1 of Halo. Like, I don't need you to do the games, but there's so many side stories you can go based off of, or like books. And they were like, we don't want to read the books or watch the games because we don't need to. And it's like, how about you fucking play the guy? You don't even have to play the games. Watch somebody else play the game. And then be like, oh, that's what the story was. We can make something off of that. And they're doing their own thing, which is you can do your own thing, but make it like the books. Like, not like a, how do I word this? I don't need a 1-to-1 of any of the books, but like the characters should feel like the characters from the games and the books. And like my Master Chief, he's not whipping out his helmet and going to like jerk off places. Especially because the Spartans in lore had like were like not chemically castrated. What's the thing? They had no sex drive. That's different than chemically castrated.
They're like the Unsullied.
No, but they still have their dick.
Oh,
Yeah, so in Halo lore, Spartans just have a very reduced sex drive. It's somewhere there, but it's like super reduced. So like they can still have
to
kids.
make room
They
for
just don't want to.
testosterone
Yeah.
for more grunt killing.
HBO made that one zombie movie that was based off. You mean the zombie show? You mean The Last of Us? Because
Last of Us was okay.
Last of Us was good. They
I
did
think
a
it was
good
a pretty
job.
solid.
Yeah,
See, that's what I'm
'Cause that's
talking
HBO.
about.
That's
Though.
a different.
Last
that's
of Us.
HBO though. Again,
God, Last of Us is a video game show where what do? They followed the beats of the original game. Wasn't it exact 1-to-1? No. It was it pretty goddamn close. Yeah. Was it good? Yeah. Did they do the character progression right? Yeah.
yeah.
They had a good balance between like
Yeah. And they even
Between
had,
like Hollywood
sequences,
and
character
action, and then like
yeah,
the
it
story
was a
and the
good
original story.
balance.
Yeah, it was a good
bro,
balance.
they did things that they didn't do in the original game in the show.
Which is
and
fine.
it
Which
worked.
is fine.
It worked. And that I
Mhm.
think that's probably my biggest example of I don't need it to be 1-to-1. Just follow the general beats and like sort of the story, and I'll be okay with it. Even like what was it? That one episode that pissed everybody. Well, no, correction. That didn't piss everybody off. Pissed homophobic people off.
Oh
When they
yeah,
had
they
the
hated that
government.
shit.
That episode, god tier. One of the
That was
best
like one
love
of the
story
best
That
episodes.
was
episodes.
a really good.
That's
Yeah,
that's
that
not
was
even like
that
just
was
a
a good
good
closer.
episode for the show.
was
That was a solid love story episode in general of like any show.
That was a
was that
movie,
the
bro.
last or second to last episode.
Yeah.
That was the fourth.
Wait,
Or the
what'd you
third?
say?
No, that was
That
one
was
of the
like
last ones.
no, it wasn't.
It was
That
like
was
fourth.
no, that was like the third or fourth one.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking. Okay, you're talking
What
about
are you talking about?
the
Oh, you're talking
the
about
two old
Ellie's. Oh
guys.
no, we're talking about the old guys. Yes, yes.
You're
I
talking
know
about
which
the
one
old
you're talking
guys.
about now. Yes, that was also a very solid one. Which, if I remember
Which one?
correctly, wasn't that like a DLC storyline?
Oh yeah.
in the
Where they go back in time? Yeah. That's a DLC.
yeah,
That's
it's a DLC in
it's
the
DLC,
original, but then they just put it into the show, and
which
they did
did
it
good.
right. And another thing, they changed heavily how like the infection works in the thing in the game versus the show, and it still worked. I think that shows a perfect example to me of like you don't have to do 1-to-1. I don't need a 1-to-1. I just want give me the beats. Like in the games, the spores are very much a heavily like you can't breathe them in. In the show, it's more of it can't get in you.
Yeah. But again,
It's more like a zombie bite in the show versus in the games where it's like, oh, you
yeah.
can't breathe them in. We're always wearing gas masks. Nobody's wearing a gas mask in the show.
But again, Netflix, HBO, two different
But
companies.
once again, it doesn't matter if it's a different company. I'm just saying in the sense that like, because listen, any company can make a good show. They just have to let their writers.
Yeah.
They just have to let the writers rip. They just gotta let them rip without getting in their way, and then they have to let the directors, is it the producers and the directors, whatever it is, let the actors, let the directors, let them go wild. Let them do something out of passion without you getting in the way. If you give them the passion projects, they're gonna do it well. They're gonna do it right, and you're gonna get a show that'll make you money. I don't know why they're getting in the way of things half the time. I don't think I've ever heard of a show or a movie where they get like the big execs get in the way and it comes out better.
I'm trying to think of a
Like this,
bad HBO show that I've watched. I
there's
don't think
some
any of them are bad.
Westworld went kind of mid, and
Westworld?
then
Okay. It was good
I
up
said it went
until
kind of mid.
it did go mid. Yes, I will agree.
Yeah, it was
Cuz
very good at the start.
yeah.
Westworld was god
They
tier at the beginning, and then it
I've
was
been
like
I've been watching I've
One
been
of those shows
rewatching
that
it.
lost
So,
like
go ahead.
popularity.
Yeah. In 2016 when it came out, I was like I was watching it from the very beginning. I was like watching it religiously. I was like, "Oh
Yeah,
shit, this is
yeah, me
dope.
too.
This is fucking dope." And then I stopped watching it cuz I think I don't think I had cable anymore. And then they moved it over to HBO Max and then they removed it from Max, right?
I don't know where it is now.
I don't think
I don't
so.
know where it's
really
at
don't.
anymore, but
I think
I
wait,
haven't watched
isn't
it
it
in a long
like
time.
their production show though? Isn't it their show?
yeah, it is, but it's not on Max anymore.
And then another
Why
HBO
not?
show that went mid was
Mm.
Game of Thrones, baby,
But either
last
way,
season.
I've been rewatching it and I watched from the beginning, I'm like, "Oh, this is sick." Second season, I'm like, "Okay." And then now I at the end of the second season, I'm like, I don't really want to watch the rest because it's just
Yeah.
kind of
Dude, if they took Game of Thrones and just remade it, like the ending, like from season 4 on, like animated,
Yo,
I
okay,
would
hear me
watch the
out.
shit out
Game
of
of
that.
Thrones animated from the beginning would go so hard, even though we know a lot of the story beats. But if you give them infinite seasons, let them do all the story, it'll be so good. Especially because the books have like a lot of stuff that they can't really do in the show with real people. Because it's like the wall's supposed to be even taller, the cities are supposed to be even bigger. Like you're not gonna be able to get that many fucking extras to do all that shit.
Just give them like unlimited creative freedom to make like an animated Game of Thrones show, and guarantee people are gonna watch that because it's just
yeah.
Yes. I feel like people are becoming more and more open to watching animated things. So being, oh, that's for kids. Like, no, it's not. Stop being a fucking baby. Watch the
Mhm.
show. Like Invincible, fucking amazing.
Such a
There's
good
other.
show. I thought it was gonna
There's
be like,
other. I
sorry,
started the
you
first
can go ahead.
episode thinking probably the same thing that you were thinking. Like, oh, this is just a generic whatever show. You get to the end of the episode, like, what the fuck just
Yeah,
happened?
you know it's funny because Decky was like streaming. I'm like, what the fuck is this show? And then I didn't care. I don't think I watched like the first few times that you were watching it, but then I saw like the last few episodes, and I was because you were streaming it on Twitch, right? Like you streamed every single episode, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I watched the whole season on Twitch.
yeah. And I watched like the last few episodes with you because I was like, let me check this out, and I'm like, oh shit. I was like, this is badass. And I went to go rewatch the beginning of it and then watch it through again. I was like, dude, this is sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Can we
Invincible's pretty good.
we talked about this last week, but Euphoria we talked about our like feelings towards Euphoria before. We can talk
I
about it again.
My
What,
feelings
I
as
think
talking about
somebody
the
that
Euphoria?
never watched it is
Oh, you never
it
watched it.
looked Yeah, I was like,
That's right.
this is odd because everything I've seen from him, like, you're telling me these are high schoolers. These should have been college days people, and I would have felt better about it. And I was like, I'm not watching this.
I
You
don't
guys
think
talk about it. You guys have watched it.
I don't think Euphoria is bad. I just think it's an awkward watch because of the environment, the setting. It's a bunch of high school kids.
Euphoria is all like Tim said about like Netflix shows. It's like shock value and stuff. It's
Yeah.
just wow, this is over the top. No other show is doing the same thing of
It's
like
very over the top.
having explicit sexuality and drug use in high schoolers, but it's so dramatized that like it's not even close to reality.
Nobody's
just-
smoking crack like that in high school.
Well, there's some kids, but not a lot.
Well, yeah,
you
no,
know?
but like, it's not to the level. From what I've seen, it's not to that. Like, it wasn't that many people going like fucking doing heroin. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Or fucking getting back shots in the bathroom.
So it does matter.
On the other hand, there is a new show that came out that I'm very interested in. I watched the first episode. It's very good.
What's it called?
What is
It's
it?
called Shogun.
Oh,
Shogun?
on FX.
FX.
Shogun?
Yeah.
It's
I've been wanting to watch
very
it.
good.
I've been wanting to watch
No,
it.
it just came out today. I watched the first episode. It's very good.
Okay. I
It
gotta.
It has a lot of potential.
Oh, my neck.
Like I feel like this could be like Hulu's Game of Thrones. Like, it's very good.
Okay. I'll give it a watch.
At least the first episode that I've seen. There's two that's out, and they're gonna release it weekly after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna watch probably the second episode either today or tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. I'll
But
give
it's
it a
on
watch.
Hulu.
I'm gonna add that to the
It's
books.
yeah, for sure.
Don't worry, Tim. It'll be
Wait.
there.
Is this like what language are you supposed to watch this in?
It's in Japanese, right? Sub.
It's in English and Japanese. Japanese is subbed.
So they're
it's like-
they're
what do
mouthing in
you-
Japanese, right?
There's English speaking people in there, and then there's also Japanese people. So
Oh, so then you
Oh,
should put
so
it
when
on
they
English.
speak in Japanese, it's in. Sub.
it's subbed. Yeah.
Okay, so watch it in
so
English
it's
then.
so it's naturally subbed.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
yeah. Wait.
It's-
So
the
you're not
subtitles
setting
are-
the entire show to Japanese. It's
No, the
just in
subtitles
both.
are built in the show.
Yeah.
Okay, it's built in.
If
That's
that-
what
if
we're.
that's what you
Okay,
mean.
yes. Let's
Yeah.
reword it. Yes. So they naturally do subtitles. It's not you're
Yes.
picking English or Japanese
no.
and dealing. Okay. Okay.
It's like a U.S. show because there's like American characters in it, but
Okay.
Um,
That's what I was curious about. Like, 'cause I pulled it up just to see what the show looked like, and then I was like, I see white people and I see Japanese people. I was like, what fucking language am I gonna watch this in?
no, it does all the work for you. You don't gotta like do
Okay,
any
perfect.
settings. But
Mm,
first impressions are really good. I like the first episode.
okay. I'll
said
give
the
it a
first
watch.
two
I would
are-
recommend it.
First two are out.
First two
First
are
are
out.
out right now. Yeah, I recommend it.
You know what? I'm gonna just do that right now, Tim.
What was I say?
Emily has a comment. It's an over dramatization. Oh, this is talking Euphoria. Certain topics for young adults who may experience that stuff in their college. Oh, in their college age years.
Wait, it's an overdraft topic. Aren't they in high school when they're?
They're in
the show?
high school, yeah. Okay, I was gonna agree, but then you said college age.
Not even college kids. College kids like they're high school kids, but they grow up. Like they mature. They realize like
Sort
It
of.
for
depends.
the
on
most part,
college.
they still party and stuff and do stupid
Yeah,
things.
but that's the point though. Over dramatization.
because they have more freedoms
I
and
get
they're
it.
adults.
But if if you want to set them for college age situations, put them in college. Why does it have to
Yeah.
be in high school? I don't want to see like an adult character and you're telling me they're like 16, 17. That makes me feel weird. I don't want it to be like, my favorite character.
So when I watched it, it was churning. Like my stomach was churning. I was like, this is weird. I didn't want to keep watching, but I did. But I think that's the
Listen.
point. Some people like that.
Listen,
I think
get
that's where
I
the
get it.
popularity comes from, though.
Yeah.
But the writing in the show is kind of mid. I don't.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
writing's
fuck-
whatever.
really-
It's very all over the place. When I was watching, I was like, this is fucking weird.
I get it. If you're gonna have I get it. Like, and I also get the actors are older, which is fine. But if you're gonna tell me they're 16, I'm watching a 16-year-old like having anal sex. I don't need to see all that. Like, what's going on here?
I think one episode, it was like half the episode was just like this sex ed class where they were like showing a bunch of like graphic like visuals and detail of just like random people having sex. It's just like, what does this have to do with anything? It doesn't
Yes,
progress anything. It's just
You know, the thing,
it's
if it
just
wasn't over
brain
dramatic-
rot.
Listen, Emily, I get that. My issue, I don't care if something's over dramatic. I watch The Boys. I watch Invincible. I can deal. I've also watched like weird ass shit, right? Like I watched some weird shows. I
Me
watched
too.
what was that? I've watched shows where people are butt naked half the time. I don't care if people are naked in the show. I don't care if they have sex in the show. I watch Game of Thrones. Why are they in high school? Put them in college.
I think. Well, I guess it narrows it down to like your experiences, because Emily's saying like her class did a lot of crazy shit close to Euphoria. In my case, there's some similar moments too. Like
Listen,
we
there
had
were
fucking
some
meth heads and shit.
Listen, I had similar things in my school as well. But I don't, as an adult, I don't want to watch a show where you tell me a 16-year-old is dealing with. I get that it happens in the real world. I don't want to watch it. If you tell me they're that young, it makes me uncomfortable. Because if you're telling me that young, it makes it weird for me to watch as an adult. In my opinion, for me, like in Game of Thrones, whenever bad things happened, I was like, you know what? They're all so old, so it doesn't matter. But when they killed kids, you'd be like, damn, that's pretty fucked up. Yeah, but Tim, they're
Yeah,
only
but
great
he
because
draws the
they're
line
just
at
young.
fucking kids having sex. It's crazy.
They're only great. Yeah, but like I also like it makes you're gonna tell me when you watch a show and they kill the kid, you're like, damn.
Well,
Like
I mean,
it feels a little bit. It feels worse when they kill kids or they do anything to kids versus when they do it to adults. And listen, I know you're saying Tim, your only gripe
it is your only
is their
gripe.
age is young. Yeah, but that's the reason I'm not gonna watch it because it's in high school.
That's fine. You don't have to
And
watch it.
I think that's a fair thing to say because why are they in high school?
Like I had that feeling where I'm like, I really don't like this, but I kept watching because like
And it
I think
also
that
shows us
like that
in
was the
high school.
but because of the over dramatization, I think it was the shock factor was there. It was interesting to watch, like the story.
And
I'm
I
not
get
saying
it.
it's a complete over dramatization because high schoolers do go through shit. Like high schoolers do have sex,
And I'm not
they
saying
do
that.
drugs, they
Yes,
do all the stuff
they
they
do.
do in the show as well. But it's just
But they don't blow
I
up
don't
like
want.
that, you know?
blown over the top.
Yeah.
Like where people are getting shot and killed and murdered in the show.
It's a little bit too much. Did some people die while I was in high school? Yeah, but it wasn't. It's not to TV show levels. Did people do drugs in my high school that I know of? Yeah, but I don't need to go back and see it. I'm an adult. I knew it happened. I was there when it happened.
Also in Euphoria, there's like no adult intervention, like at all.
That
Intervention,
is
Like
also
no.
true.
principals or teachers or parents or anything like
That's what
that.
I've
They
heard.
just
That
let the
like
kids
these
do
kids are
like
just
whatever they
They
want.
do
running
whatever they
wild.
want. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I've
so
heard
funny.
that like on that. I haven't seen it, but like from what I've heard, like they're just letting them run buck wild. Like the parents aren't even real.
Basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what the show's about. If you guys haven't seen it and are interested,
Okay, you know, people in my school are
it's
trying to, and we just said we've seen it happen. It happened when I was in high school as well. Some of the people died in various ways.
But Tim doesn't want to watch it now. That's it.
Yeah, I don't want to put myself in a place where I'm seeing kids do it. You want to tell me adults are doing it? I'll watch it. I watched Breaking Bad. I seen meth heads left and right. I don't mind it. But if Breaking Bad would have been set in a way where it's 16-year-olds are doing meth all the time and that's all I'm seeing, I'd be like, I'm not watching this. It
It's the
just
Dr.
makes me
Stone
feel
kid
uncomfortable.
doing meth.
Yeah, like listen, there's this I don't want to watch it set in high school.
Because he's not in high school anymore. That's pretty
Yeah.
much what he's saying.
Yes. I think that's fair for me to say. I don't want to watch certain things when the age range is set to that age. And I get that it happens. I get that it's real. For me though, it's just something I don't want to watch. I didn't even say it's not important though. I said that. Well, actually, did I say it's not? I don't think I said it wasn't important.
No.
I said it makes me uncomfortable.
It just makes you uncomfortable. That's all you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never once said it's not uncomfortable. I never even said I didn't think the show should exist.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm being attacked right now.
No, you're good. You're good. But
I don't know.
no, yeah, I agree.
I
no,
don't
if
know.
you have like a personal belief or if something makes you
It's not
uncomfortable,
even
you
like a personal,
shouldn't
but
like.
it's just I don't even think like I think all shows if you want to run it, make the show. That doesn't mean I'm gonna watch it. But if you have a message you want to get across, you have a thing that you want to do it. I don't think that just because it makes people uncomfortable, you shouldn't be allowed to make something. Unless you're making something illegal, like any what was that? Not necessarily illegal. Unless it's Cuties, that was beyond odd. Like something like that. Then I'd be like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't make that.
What's cuties?
That was that one show where they had the
Oh,
twerking yes,
yeah, I
that
remember
one.
now. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember now.
that no. But like other things, if you're gonna use adults to portray things, run wild. I don't care.
Was that
I'm
an
not gonna
American
watch.
show or like
That was
That was
international?
a French.
American. Oh, that was
No,
French.
Cuties was
That's
French.
right. That's right. That was French. It was French.
And that's why
But it
that's the
aired
only reason.
here, or is it
It
just
aired. It was a
popular
Netflix
over
It
there?
was
show.
on Netflix.
It was,
Yeah,
it was on Netflix everywhere.
it's a film, right?
Oh,
It was a film.
Oh,
That listen, I am firmly in the belief that if you have a story you want to tell, do it. Go for it. That doesn't mean I'm gonna watch it if it makes me feel weird.
yeah. I remember the show.
Yeah, Cuties was weird.
Yeah.
That I remember Sneeko kept defending that,
Is
and
it-
everybody was like, "Bro,
did they
that's like a
take it off
pedophile
of the
Is
Netflix?
it
I don't think it's
still
on
there?
Netflix anymore. If I remember correctly, they took it off because of the whole.
I'm not putting that on my search history. Decky, you go check.
Oh wow, it is there. Never mind.
It's on there.
Yeah.
I was
didn't
gonna
take
say,
it
I think
down.
it's still on there.
So you have
Yeah,
worse
it's on
shit on
here.
your fucking search history. The fuck?
No, I don't. I have hornier stuff, but that doesn't mean like.
Yeah, it works. Well, it really depends who you ask, but I mean.
They described the movie as provocative. That's crazy.
Listen, man.
We're gonna talk about something else. I forgot. Well, we went to the topic on Euphoria and then that, but there's something before that. Shogun, Avatar. Any other shows? No, that's it.
Shows wise, I don't know. I don't know what else is coming out.
Yeah, I saw ads on Shogun and like some interviews, and I was
I
like,
haven't seen
oh,
anything from that.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
saw.
watch
Wait, what
this.
is this one? I saw something else. It was like some. I think the guy with you.
oh, you the show?
No. What is this thing? Give me a second. I'm gonna. Boy Kills World.
I don't think I've heard of it.
Wait, is this some sort of like second season? I don't know. It has Bill Skarsgård apparently.
I typically like stuff he's in.
I don't know. I don't know what this is, but it looked kind of cool on TikTok when I had seen part of it. But apparently it's coming out this year. It said it's a 2023 film, but it's coming out this year or something like that. I don't know. But he's deaf and mute.
Wait, what's it about?
I don't know.
So he's the main guy and he's deaf and mute?
Yeah. It looks pretty gruesome though, and that's my type of show.
It's coming out on wait, it says it's a movie.
Yeah, I think it's a movie.
Oh,
I didn't know if it was a movie show, but I think it's a movie.
oh, cool. Yeah, I'm watching a little bit. It looks like very action packed.
Yeah,
Like
I
he's
seen like a
like
TikTok
he's
clip and I
John
was
Wick
like,
or
"This is pretty
something.
cool." There's a
Didn't
majority.
that John Wick show flop?
That's John Wick show.
Continental. Yeah.
I didn't even know it came out yet.
Yeah, I think it's been out. Continent. I think it's called Continental John Wick. The Continental from the world of John Wick. So it's not like
It's not him, right? It's like other people.
it's not him. It's just like a little spinoff.
You know what? Company
Mel
actually
Gibson
makes
is-
banger shows
What?
like Apple TV.
Apple TV has Ted Lasso. I haven't seen anything else from them. Ted Lasso is pretty good.
I heard. Well, I haven't seen I haven't seen the shows, but they have a lot of like highly rated shows, like Ted
haven't
Lasso,
seen anything else from
Severance.
I've heard of Severance and I wanted to watch it. I never did.
They
I've
had
heard of it too.
they had a what's it called?
They have a show with Idris Elba called
they?
Hijacked, I think.
How is it?
He's like a secret agent or something, like on a plane that gets hijacked. I watched
it
one
good?
episode. It was interesting.
It was a show.
It was a show.
Oh, it's HBO.
They have a show with Tom Holland. They have a show with Jennifer Aniston and someone else. It's like a talk
I don't
show.
know.
talk like a morning host kind of show.
Maybe like I gotta give it more. I last time coming back, I've been watching Ted Lasso. I need to go see what other shows they got on there. Give it a peep because Ted Lasso is pretty baller.
Oh, there is one called Masters of the Air, which I'm
Masters
kind
of
of
what?
interested in seeing.
Oh, Yellowstone's on
Okay.
there too. Yellowstone's.
Masters
Is
of
that
the
where
Air.
Yellowstone's on? I keep seeing
Yeah.
clips from
Wait,
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone's not on Peacock?
I thought it was. Oh no, it's Peacock. My bad. Yeah, it's on Peacock.
Oh,
Peacock be having some shows on there
I
too.
did want to start that. I was like, oh, if it's not on Peacock anymore, I don't know what to do.
I keep seeing clips from Yellowstone. I have no idea what that show's about.
It's a little
It looks
confusing
good.
to follow it. I think it's like some like famous rancher that gets into like mob ties, but I don't
Yeah,
really
that's from
know.
what I understand. I know a lot of people die on the show, and that looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
People get murdered.
I
and
try to
stuff.
get into Succession too. That show is just.
I
a lot
watched
of
the first
talking.
episode. Yeah. I watched the
It's a
first
lot of
episode,
fucking talking.
and I'm like, this is just
It's
about
like
some
Mad
rich
Men to me.
family. This is about some
Yeah.
rich
You know what
kids. I can't
show
really
I wanna?
relate. I'm poor.
You know what show I want to rewatch?
So
Archer.
That's
Netflix,
fair.
right? That's a Netflix show, right? No,
Is it on Netflix?
No, I think it's Hulu.
it's a Hulu show. But
Marty,
I remember,
can
I'm
you find
thinking,
that show for me?
yeah, I can get that one on there.
Let's go.
Um,
Archer was so good.
Archer's like my kind of humor. It's funny.
I loved it.
Like, yeah.
Do you remember? Remember when they tattooed the baby?
I don't
God,
think so.
yeah. He has the
But
kid for like one day, and he fucking tattoos it.
oh, that's the fucking cartoon show, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's like the spy.
Dana
It's
loves the
such
show.
a
Dana
dumb
loves the
show, but
show.
it's
I've seen
so
episodes of the show. The
dumb.
show's fucking funny.
It's
Yeah.
good. There's some seasons that are more meh than others, but it's good. It's fun.
AMC makes bangers. Well, okay, Walking Dead's kind of people. It's controversial,
AMC
but they have made
Walking
really
Dead's
good shows.
bad. Walking
What else did they make?
Dead, Breaking Bad.
I only
Maybe.
know
Breaking
Walking
Bad's
Dead.
fantastic. Okay,
Oh
Breaking
yeah,
Bad.
okay. Yeah.
Breaking Bad's fantastic.
Okay, but what else?
That's true, but I
It
know.
can't just be Breaking Bad and Walking Dead.
There's the one that I remember.
Anything recently though, like
seeing a
You know
while
who makes
ago,
terrible shows? CW.
like sitcoms.
that's like
That's all they make.
Well,
No,
they
they
were
make,
doing all the
like,
superhero shows,
Riverdale
and
or
then they all
something.
went really bad.
Don't they make like Riverdale?
I have no
People
idea.
love
what
Riverdale.
is. I've
Well,
heard of Riverdale, and then I don't know what it is.
college girls
But
do.
CW
They
made
made
the Flash,
Yeah.
and they did the Arrow show, and at first they were kind of cool,
That's
and then
right.
they got really bad. It was really, really bad.
I don't
gave
even
up
give
on
that
them.
I don't even give that a chance. I'm just like
Arrow
is like-
season 1 was so good. This Flash season 1 was pretty cool.
This is like you get home from work at 8 p.m. You have dinner. You just like turn on the TV and that's what's on.
You know what was cool about Arrow in the first season? That dude was murking people, baby. It was so cool. And then they were like, he was murking people, and then I'm not gonna spoil it in case somebody ever goes and watches it. He has an ultimatum with somebody, and he's like, "Fine, I won't kill anybody anymore." It's like, what? That was the whole cool part.
Oh, there's this one show I remember AMC made a long time ago. It was like a ninja show, I think, but I don't know if it went on for very long. I just can't remember the show name.
I keep telling myself
It
to start What We
was.
Do in the Shadows
I was about to
because
say
the movie.
something stupid. Oh my
Say
god.
it, say it, say it, say it, say
No,
it.
it's bad. I was gonna start singing this song. Was it called
Oh, I know which song. Go for it.
Are they? It was the name of the show. I want to be ninja.
That's the
Was
one,
it that
yeah.
one?
That's the one.
Nice.
That's the name of the show.
I want to be
No.
ninja, yeah.
What the fuck?
What?
I'm joking. No, I'm just trolling.
Wait. Okay, hear me out. American Ninja Warrior spinoff where it's called I Want to Be Ninja, and it starts with that song every time. It's people dressing up in terrible ninja outfits and doing the obstacle courses. Oh god. Do you guys think that you could do the American Ninja Warrior stuff with enough training?
With enough training, sure.
Did you get 6 months prep time?
Oh,
Am I competing against other people though?
Yes.
oh no.
Yeah, but a lot of people fail anyways. You'll be fine.
And well,
I
add
do
me to
watch
that
that show.
statistic.
Okay.
I do
All
watch
right.
that show and I see people fall. I'm like, I wouldn't have fallen there.
Yeah,
Like,
so
that wouldn't
okay,
be
but
me.
there's also some where I'm like, they're like, oh yeah, this dude's 5'6", and that's why his little arms can't reach. I'm like, damn, I'm 5'6", no fucking way I'm making it through. Some of those gaps are too wide.
Or
for
maybe
little
it's
people.
one of those things where it's just like different in person. Like if you're actually doing it. Compared to
Japanese or
just
American
watching
Ninja
it.
Warrior. Logan's right though. You guys ever
True.
see the Japanese one?
Yeah.
And like the people be dressed up in like Mario outfits running the course. I'm like, what the hell? And they're speed running it too. It's crazy.
I haven't
They
seen
be
it.
dressing up for that one. It's
Japanese
crazy.
people
I
really
love
build
it.
different.
Yeah. Oh wait, okay, hear me out. Do you guys think? Have you guys ever watched Wipeout? Could you make it
Yeah.
through Wipeout?
No.
Probably.
I would make it. I think everybody that didn't sucks. You're a terrible human being, and you shouldn't have been on the show. I would have made it. I could go on Wipeout right now, no prep time, and I would have made it. There's no way.
Did you
They
guys
should
ever
make an
play?
amusement
Hold on.
park.
Did you guys ever play like that Wipeout video game? Not the video game Wipeout, but like the one on Xbox 360, Doritos not Crash Course.
Yeah, I played that one.
You guys remember that free game?
Yeah.
Dude, that game was my shit. The game was so fun. Dude, I played the
was
shit
so
out of that
gay.
game.
That game wasn't anything crazy.
I
You just
know,
beat all
It
levels,
is
and you're like,
not.
okay, I'm done.
But you play with your friends and you try to like beat each other, or
Yeah,
you
but you
know,
wanna
or you
hear me
can't
out.
pass one level. Oh my god, that is the
No,
funniest
wait, what's the
part.
name of this game? Give me a second.
I
gotta
type it in
find this.
YouTube and I see a long play. I'm like, holy shit, Loopy played this.
Oh shit.
But it's like somebody else.
Oh, I
More than
imagine.
long play. I was like, oh shit.
Shout out to the boy Loopy Lung Plays. Go check him out. I'm like over here looking up that show, but I can't find it. I guess Mad Men's from AMC.
Yeah, I remember this game.
Dude, fantastic. Isn't Suits a Netflix show?
Is Suits? I don't know what Suits is on. Suits looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard Suits is cool. Suits.
I've seen clips from it, and I know like almost all the story, but missing little beats. at
Oh,
this
it's on
point. I've seen so
USA.
many TikTok
Never mind.
clips.
He wanted to start What We Do in the Shadows, but I just never find myself doing it
It's on.
because I like the
server.
movie. It is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm trying
I
to
gotta
look
find
at
the
like.
time to watch it.
Oh, Stranger Things is good, I guess.
Oh, it has a girl from the bear in there.
Yeah.
Stranger Things.
Oh shit.
I dropped Stranger Things, so that was it didn't feel great. Okay. My major gripe with Stranger Things is I thought 11 should have died in the first season and she didn't.
You can't do
She
that.
made her heroic sacrifice and she didn't die. That's not a sacrifice. That's bad. Writing. Kill the character.
Oh, I guess there's a can't remember the name. Oh, Squid Game. Squid Game was good.
That was pretty cool. Are we trying to give Netflix credit for
I'm trying to
shows?
give them like some credit, man.
I think Stranger Things was fine.
They have really good
But
animes.
I just didn't like that Netflix buys all their animes. Don't even give them that.
That's
Actually,
true.
correction. Netflix has Castlevania. That is Netflix's best show.
I haven't seen it.
They also have Violet.
Violet Evergarden, that's
Ever-
not
yeah.
theirs though. That was just an anime that they have the rights to now.
Oh, I thought it was theirs.
I don't think it's
see it.
theirs. I don't think they. But I think
Oh,
they.
Alice in
I don't.
Borderland.
Okay,
I heard that one's really good.
that was based
That
off a
one's good.
manga, wasn't it?
Not sure.
I
But
think
I
Alice in
watched
Borderland's a manga.
some of that's good.
But I think when it comes to animes though, Netflix doesn't have a lot of control with them, so I don't know if I want to give them credit for that.
Netflix's best show would always be House of Cards for me.
House of Cards before Kevin Spacey went we'll
Crazy?
call it,
Yeah, but that was the
not
last
crazy.
season. I didn't even watch the last season.
No, I was gonna say
But,
before Kevin Spacey had his we'll
Allegations.
call it exposure. Yeah, his allegations.
Allegations.
That I agree with Decky. That is honestly one of the best shows I had ever seen. Those first couple seasons were amazing. They were so good, so well written. The characters were all good. Like I don't think there was a single character in that show where I didn't go, "Oh, that character sucks ass buns." Maybe I wanted them to die, but the characters were cool.
I don't get like about me rooting for the bad guy because there's
Oh.
like the main characters in this show are like bad people.
Everybody
Just
was
all
terrible in that
corrupt.
show. There was not a
Corrupt.
single character in that show where you went, "That's a good person. I hope they make it." They were all bad people.
Yeah, that's true. There's not very like any good people in that show.
Maybe the security
you root
guard.
for them,
Security
and
guard was kind of cool. He was trying his best. The young security guard, not the old bald dude. The old bald dude is a terrible person too.
I mean, yeah, he was just kind of there. He had good intentions. That would be like in my top
I was gonna say
maybe 3
Arcane,
shows.
but Arcane was some
Arcane's
French.
Riot though.
Yeah, it's Riot. Riot
Yeah.
supervised that
Like
shit.
I feel like anything. Okay, hear me out. Every animated not every. Most of the animated series on Netflix are them buying the shows from places and being like, can we please put your show on here? And they're like, fine, Netflix, go for it, but you're gonna pay the big bucks. Like Arcane is Riot. Violet Evergarden is some anime studio. I don't remember which one, but it's one of the big ones. Cyberpunk was made by Bones, I think. No, somebody else. Was it Bones?
House
I
of
could be speaking in my
Cards.
ass.
Okay, so I remember seeing it on TV when I was younger. No, Emily, it was produced by a studio for Netflix. But I don't think they had like a studio
I
at
think
the
that was
time.
like one of their first
It
original
is their
shows.
first. It's the first one.
It's
Which
the
one?
first?
Yeah, the first
House
TV
of Cards?
Which one?
series. Yeah, House of Cards.
Which one? Yeah.
First TV show.
I remember it being like one of the first ones. I'm like, okay, Netflix original. I'm gonna give it a shot, and it was really
It was
good.
It's
so
an
good.
adaptation of a British show from the
House Cards.
1990s.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, screw the British people. We're better.
Yeah, that's right. That's why we made The Office better.
Yeah, I'm got every British show that Americans take, we make it better.
Yeah, we do.
yeah. We should just
We're
take shows
just
from
better.
there then, and not like adaptations of childhood memories.
Interesting. Yeah,
Beef was good.
beef.
Which one?
Beef is good.
I started Beef and I got bored. I
That's
never
right.
finished
Beef
it.
is good. I forgot about that. That's Stevie Young in it, dude. You can't go wrong.
Listen, I got to the part where he's crying in the church, and I'm like, I really don't give a fuck about any of these characters, and I left.
No, it's because it reminds you of your past, and then you were like, I gotta go.
No, I don't know. For me, it felt like I didn't like any of the. Okay, I'm okay with the show having everybody be bad people, but I have to at least want to root for one of them. I didn't want to root for anybody. I didn't care about anybody in the show, so I left it.
I haven't finished it, so
Beef's a different type
give
of
me-
show. I
don't
enjoyed
spoil
it.
too much.
No, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying I didn't like it. For me, I can see why people would find it interesting. I thought it was kind of cool. He pissed all over her bathroom, but that's pretty much it.
Oh, I gotta pick up Ozark again. I started watching
Is that the one?
money laundering show.
Yes, I never started it, but I've seen clips from it. I want to watch it.
Yeah, I want to finish it. I think I saw the first season but a long time ago.
Let me see. You guys ever watch Altered Carbon? Was pretty cool on Netflix. The second season was kind of man. The first season was okay, but I thought it was a kind of cool show.
I've not seen that.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but I thought it was kind of cool.
This is Anthony Mackie.
He's in the second season.
This looks like what's that one show? Is it Doctor something?
Doctor something.
Oh, I can't think of it. It's with the guy from Bohemian Rhapsody.
Fred Mercury?
Yeah, the guy that plays Freddie Mercury.
I don't know.
His name is Remy Malik.
Oh, Dr. Robot?
Oh, Mr. Robot. Yeah, Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot. I had seen some of it, like clips wise, but I never started that show. It never interested me. Was it good?
The few episodes I saw were good because it actually like they actually like dive deep into the world of like hacking and jailbreaking and all that stuff, and it's like very accurate to like what cybersecurity engineers actually do. And I was surprised because like most shows water that stuff down and just don't really like care to show the watcher like a bunch of the boring stuff. But this show gets like really deep into that and like is actually accurate to a bunch of like stuff that people in that career do. I think he's like a vigilante hacker or something like that.
Has anybody seen Outer Banks? People are like saying this is a good show. I remember hearing about it.
Banks.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
All I've heard is the name. I have no idea what it's
Yeah,
about.
me either. Oh, Arcane this year, bro. Ooh. Cannot wait.
This year, later this year,
Yeah, I know, but I cannot wait.
way late this year. Wait, is it? Did they announce it for November?
I think it's
November.
November.
Yes. Season 2.
I'm just forgetting about Arcane until it comes closer to the date.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm just like my head. It
Because
popped up.
if I get my hypes up for it now, I'm just gonna be wanting that this whole time, and it's gonna spoil it.
November 2024. Yeah.
Did they release a trailer?
Damn.
No, they released a teaser. They didn't
Maybe
do
like
an
a
actual
10
trailer.
second teaser. Yeah.
Yeah, they did some saying teaser with Jinx walking down a bridge, and it says November 2024.
We need to see the trailer, bros.
There's not one out yet.
I know. We need to make one. They need to make one now.
That means we're gonna get new free skins, hopefully.
They released free skins for the.
Yeah, you got a Jinx skin, Jace skin, Kate skin, and Echo skin, I believe.
And Vi.
Maybe not Echo. Oh, Vi, yeah. I think
Echo
you had
did not get
If
one.
you no, it was
But you had
Jinx,
to like.
Jace. Was
Vi
it Kate?
You
and
wouldn't
Kate.
like immediately get them though. You had to do something for them.
I think you either had to watch the episode or
I
play the
think
game.
you played the game. That's it.
Yeah, you
Because
didn't have to do anything
I
crazy.
only
You
have
just had to
Vi
play
and
them.
Jace. I don't have the other ones.
Am I crazy? Was it only Vi and Jace?
No,
I know they
they
released the other
have
ones,
them.
but I don't have them all. And I played the game, I think.
I don't think I have Jace actually. I think you're right. I don't have Jace, but I do know it exists.
I'm gonna go check if I have them.
Yeah, I know because I wanted Jinx and I don't have that skin, but I didn't know like they were just free.
Let me go check my collection. When did this show come out?
2021? 22?
20 will 20. Are we talking about Arcane?
Yeah.
20. Fuck, actually, I don't know.
I'm gonna
20.
say
I
21.
have Arcane Jinx, Arcane Caitlyn, Arcane Vi, and Arcane Jace.
You have them all?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. Do I have them all?
I got Jace and Vi first, and then I got Jinx and Caitlyn after. So I got Vi on the 18th, Jace on the 18th, Caitlyn on the 22nd, and Jinx on the 24th.
You just unlock them somehow.
So it's not like you just open the game and they'll give it to you. It's just you have to
No.
do something.
You have to do, I think you have to play or do something, like, because League has a lot
They
of like
had like
challenges.
an event going on. I remember that.
Yeah, there was probably a
Mm.
challenge to get certain things.
Yeah, I remember that.
Uh,
Did I get them all? Let me see.
So
Collection,
based on
skin. What was it? 2021 or 2022? Oh, here we go.
2021. It was end of 2021.
Oh, I did get them all. Yeah, I got them all. What the fuck?
Are you sure you don't
lucky
have them all?
you. I'm pretty sure I only
You
have
can check
2
your
of them.
collection.
I want to do it right now.
I'm
pretty sure I don't
I
have
thought
them
I had him. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know I had Jace, to be honest. But
No, I knew I had. I was almost positive I had them all because I play too much League, and
You
if I was
play too
playing
much
at that time, I would have just probably naturally gotten the things. Maybe you had to play the characters, or maybe you had to play like somebody based off Arcane
it was a
characters against
mission.
them.
It was like certain damage, and you get like it goes up over time. It was when they had like those cool events where you can unlock skins and shit from just playing the game, doing missions in the game.
It was very missions in the game.
Yeah.
Let me go see. Let me see. I found the old article. Let me see if I can see what the missions were.
Oh. Oh, my back. All right.
There's a rumor saying they're making a Blue Mountain State sequel.
No way.
Oh please, Blue Mountain State was so cool.
You're gonna get some of the original actors.
Are they gonna have fuck, what's his name? The fucking blonde haired
Thad?
Thad? Yeah, Thaddeus.
Yeah, yeah, they're bringing back Thad.
Such a good show. I'm so glad.
He's going popping off. He's been in that Reacher show recently.
Oh yeah, I did see him on the poster for that show.
He's like Jack now. He does tests because he said he produces very little testosterone, so he has to juice up, which I'm okay with that.
He said that publicly.
Yeah, he said on my
That's
podcast
crazy.
or something. I think he said that like I don't remember why. He said that there was something going on, so he's like, yeah, I'm juicing.
Right on, brother.
Now the
You
pocket
do
pussy
you.
episode Logan is crazy.
That was a
was such
crazy
good
I
episode.
love that episode.
So
I think
funny,
that's
dude.
like that's the to me that's one of the iconic ones.
Yeah.
And then the condom, in like the first episode, I think.
What was the first one?
Isn't it the first one?
What where they put the juice in the condom? Is the,
No. Where they poke the hole, or the chick wants to get that guy, get
that's what I was
her
just talking
pregnant.
about. And like, he's like, "Give me the condom," and then like he
Yeah.
pours.
Oh
That's
yes.
not the first
That was
episode.
juice. That was juice. Yeah.
Oh, it was water. It was something. He poured something into it, and like it
Yeah.
started like leaking. I don't think that was the first episode
It wasn't?
because that
Could've
was
sworn.
no. Nope.
Oh, you're right. It's not because that
That's
was
way
the first
into it.
episode when they introduced the quarterback into like the whole
Yeah,
house or whatever. Yeah, I remember now.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not the first episode. It's one of the early. It is the early season though, right?
it's in an. It's not at the
I think
end of the
so.
show. It's somewhere. It's either in the middle season or the early one.
Hmm.
How many seasons did that show have?
2? I want to say.
Was it 2?
I want to say it's 2. Just very long seasons, I think.
Is that one? I had 3.
Okay.
But you're not on. If it came out around that time period, it would have had longer seasons because shows back then actually gave you a lot of seasons. Let me see. There's 39 episodes of the show in 3 seasons. That's 13 episodes a season.
Jeez.
Shows don't be doing it like that no more.
They had that on Netflix, right? Like a long time ago.
They did.
I think
I
that's
think it's
why.
on Prime.
Yeah, I had it. I watched it on Netflix when it was on Netflix a long ass time ago, and then they removed it. I was like, why?
Good.
They removed so many things on Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix is losing all their goddamn things.
Yeah, that was like where I watched The Office, and then they moved it to Peacock, and I was like, all right, buying Peacock.
That was good on Netflix. I changed my mind. Netflix also had the Marvel shows back in the day. When they had Daredevil, that shit was pretty
yeah.
fast.
I didn't watch Daredevil though.
Punisher was good. Daredevil was pretty cool. Jessica Jones season 1 was pretty cool. Then Luke Cage was and Iron Fist was terrible. But yeah. That's when Netflix
Out of all
started
of
doing
those, I
terrible
gave
shows.
Iron Fist a chance and I didn't like it.
Why that one? No,
I don't
Daredevil
know.
was so
I wasn't
good.
interested in like superhero like shows like that,
Yeah,
and
but
I
Me
just
neither.
Daredevil's
didn't
not
want a
even
chance.
super. Daredevil's just blind. That's his superpower.
Yeah, and it's the best one.
I missed that, I guess.
No, Daredevil. You should go back on Daredevil and Punisher. I would recommend. Jessica
Our
Jones.
Punisher's really good. Yeah.
Punisher's really good, and Jessica Jones is good too. Jessica Jones is more of. It's different. It's not like a superhero show. It's more of like a show about her, and she has superpowers.
Who's the main actor in Punisher? Is
And Punisher.
yeah.
The guy that plays Shane in The Walking Dead.
Okay, that's what I thought. I forgot his name. John Bernthal. There we go.
Yes, him.
Oh yeah, I
Jessica-
like that guy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
good.
he's
He's good
cool.
in like everything he does.
He's in The Bear too.
Yeah, and he's in that one fucking movie. The is it Fury Roads? I think I can't remember.
He is. Yes.
Yeah. He's also in Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I remember now.
He is. Yeah. He's the one
Oh,
that
yeah, yeah.
launders the money. to
Yeah.
the country.
It's very small world, but he's fucking hilarious. So is honestly that whole cast is crazy good.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, good movie. Good movie.
Anyways, do you have any ADIS this week or no?
I think I actually have one or two. Let me double check. But
If not, it's all good. It's
I think
late.
I have
Yes,
one
I-
or two.
You guys see that Wendy's is doing the surge pricing for their food now?
You're doing what?
Surge? What does that mean?
So like Uber, so like in times of traffic, like they'll hike up the prices, right?
you can
so if you're trying
gargle
to get a-
my taint.
But I think like the prices are gonna be lower if you go like during breakfast time and order a burger. But if you go during like peak lunch rush, I think the prices are gonna
I
hike up.
hope
So they
whoever
raise
came up with
prices
that,
during certain times of day?
I
Yeah.
hope that person gets AIDS.
That's stupid.
Based
I-
on demand, they say.
I hope whoever said that that was going to be the rules gets mega AIDS in game. Not even in game. Fuck that guy. What? You used to go to Wendy's and be like, I'm getting a 4 for 4. You can't even do that anymore.
Someone
And now
posted a
you want to
meme.
hike up the prices based off what time I get there?
Someone posted a meme of like their lunch order on the app, and then they added like a Nasdaq like fucking stock chart of like bidding and asking prices.
Yeah. That's so terrible.
Don't short the baconator.
Yeah.
Now I don't even want to. I've had a craving for Wendy's, and I don't have it anymore. Fuck Wendy's. I'm not going there.
I haven't
I'm
had
on there
Wendy's in years.
because of Decky's saying that. I'm on a Wendy's protest now.
All right.
I was already on a protest when they took away the 4 for $4 because that used to be like I would always get the biggie bag, but I just like the option that I had the 4 for $4.
Potentially, you could get it with like a low time
No, they don't
of the
even. They
day.
don't do the 4 for $4. They do the biggie bags now. They're minimum
But they're gonna like
$5.
reduce prices at certain times of the day, so you could probably get it for way cheap, in,
If
like
they
the morning time.
don't have a, if I can't guaranteed get a 4 for $4 any hour in the day, there's no point.
It's so weird.
I don't think they're actually following through with it. I think they just released a
Whoever's
statement or something.
idea that was,
They're
they should-
testing it.
They should push that. You know that meme where like the guy says something at a business meeting and throw him out the window? That one.
Oh, sweet.
In game.
Would you guys try the Cosmics? The
Oh, the McDonald's drink only
drink
thing.
place?
Yeah,
Oh, I
I'll
would
try
go
it.
there, yeah.
I'll try
I'll
it.
give it a
Yeah,
try.
I'll try it.
That's like their where they're trying to compete with Starbucks or something like that. I'll go.
Yeah.
It's like
Listen.
I would say it's more like Dutch Bros. Like
It's
looking at
more
their
like Dutch
menu,
Bros?
it's
Then
like
I'll give it
a
a
bunch
peek.
of different options, but it's only like available in the Midwest, I think. But I
Ah,
would try it if it
That's
came to
that's where
Cali.
I am. They're gonna
'Cause
bring
they're
bring
just
down sales to
testing
me,
it.
and I'm gonna run it.
yeah, that's right. They're just
Actually, yeah,
testing it.
there might be some in Texas.
They used
I
to
don't know.
have some like back then, right? Where it was like a places where you can get their drinks. I
No.
think that's why they made it, because they.
But the thing
did
is,
in the
there's like no
past.
indoor seating. It's just like you get drinks and it's like drive-through only, or like you just maybe.
And they're also gonna be like mild snacks, but like nothing crazy.
I think it's kind of like Sonic, but just for drinks.
Sonic.
Yeah,
isn't
where you go
just-
into the drive-through and that's it.
You heard of
Sonic
Sonic?
drive-through isn't just drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
more
it's
than
gonna
just
be
drinks.
like
But
Sonic
that
just for
style where
drinks.
you just drive up, pick up your shit, and go, or you
Yeah.
go to the drive-through.
Oh, you're saying that you're gonna have the okay. I thought you meant like it was like Sonic doesn't have anything but drinks on the
No,
drive.
no,
Like,
no.
what are you talking? That's why I was so confused. I was like, have you guys
It's yeah,
been to a
it's
Sonic?
the same idea.
no, no, I was just confused.
It's the same idea.
Yeah,
They don't got
does
shit,
just,
bro.
like-
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, what are they talking about? Okay, no, I get it now. So you drive up into like one of the slots, and they'll run out there in their roller skates and bring you. Your drink.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they'll do. Imagine like a fucking McDonald's worker, like just running around in roller skates.
The Sonic ones be doing it. McDonald's can do it too.
Yeah,
That's like Sonic's stick though. Like that's their thing.
that is their thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you
just
gotta
like
get
watching
McDonald's people on
videos.
like on the skateboard.
Oh, the
instead
videos
or
of where like they
something.
fucking slip.
People
oh,
fall and with
No,
the
that is
huge
so
order in the
funny.
hand.
Yeah, like fucking
there was a
20
Sonic
milkshakes.
that I would go to that they didn't do the roller skates because the Sonic was on a hill. I'm pretty sure
Oh.
That would,
That
they
would be
didn't do the
fucking
roller
evil.
skates, and I'm almost positive it was because that they were on a hill. So like
That's
if
funny.
you mess up even slightly, you're gone.
Who decided to put that there?
And the thing
Whoa,
that the
whoa,
hill
whoa, whoa, whoa.
that hill would go into
Traffic.
not just traffic. It was the traffic for a mall.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Can
So
you
like, you
imagine
were-
your food just like rolling down a hill into like a car hitting it?
yeah, no. Do you think you get a refund?
No.
How do you, get
You gotta
compensated
go.
for it?
You gotta leave.
Yeah. You don't get your food. Employee's gone.
All right. I do
Whose
have.
decision was it to put it on a hill?
I don't know. It was the
That's
only Sonic
fucking-
near me too, though. It was terrible.
That sounds evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that in the way.
All right. I do have two Adas apparently. This one, the second one's kind of like apparently a three-parter. Interesting. But we'll start with the first one. This one's kind of crazy. It's more of kind of like a story, but it does have like they are asking like, am I the asshole here? All right, so it's a little NSFW, so there's nothing crazy, but am I the asshole for cutting off my friends after they made fun of my boyfriend because they slept with me? So I had 3 guy friends. They're not my only friends, but we're pretty close, and I've had sex with all of them, including some group sex. This stopped some years ago. In fact, 2 of them are in long-term relationships with 2 of my best friends, and they are aware of our history. Now, my boyfriend and I have been together for about a year, and it's been the best relationship I've ever had. The thing is, my boyfriend is a bit insecure about it because I'm his first. He's also aware of my history with my friends. I've assured him that this is all in the past and I have no sexual attraction to them at all now, and that he's all I need. I actually asked my friends to never talk about this ever. However, the other night we were all hanging out and I headed out with a friend to get some stuff. When we got back, my boyfriend's mood is much different. He plays it off, but I can tell something was bothering him. When we get back to my place, I press the issue, and he says my guy friends kept making Eskimo brother jokes and how he got the leftovers, and told them about how good he must be if he can satisfy me the same way all of them couldn't. I was furious and confronted my friends. They kept saying they were going to try to man up my boyfriend since I told them he felt insecure about them. My boyfriend kept trying to save face, saying things that the past is the past, but I can tell he's feeling down. I decided to cut off my friends because not only did they disrespect my boyfriend, but also me by calling me leftovers. My two best friends keep saying that it's not a big deal and that me and my boyfriend are overreacting. Also, how can I make this up to my boyfriend? I tried to show him how much I wanted him by initiating sex, but he hasn't been in the mood.
Leftovers is fucking wild.
That is fucking wild. You don't
That's
call
the
your
end of the story,
friends
that's it?
leftover for what? Oh my god. Yeah, that's what the
Wait,
boyfriend
was
said.
was that the end of the story?
That is the end of the story, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
What was the aim of the
That's
asshole
fucked up.
for cutting
Fuck
off
those
the friends?
friends.
That's not friends.
She doesn't even ask, to be honest. Like, am I the asshole? But she just say also wait. Oh, her two best friends keep saying that it's not a big deal. That me and my boyfriend are reacting. So is she the asshole there? And also she's asking like how to make up to her boyfriend.
The boyfriend, respectfully, he's gonna have to just get over it. Like,
If he
that
wants to
is-
stick around.
if he
yeah.
wants to stick with her, he's just gonna
Yeah.
have to get over it. There's nothing that she could. That's her past. That's whatever. The people, she's not the asshole. Those people are bad friends. If you say don't bring this up, and they bring it up, that's not your friend. And especially if they bring it up in a way where they're belittling your boyfriend to man him up. He's a fucking adult. He doesn't need to be manned up.
Seriously, bro. Like
That's-
you guys just need to like not talk about this ever again.
They need to.
That's fucked up. The way they
Yeah,
said it.
dude.
Respectfully, he has to fight them all,
Yeah.
but like with a gun. Like, there's no other way. If you
Jesus
call
Christ.
my girlfriend leftovers, I'm going to shoot you in game.
So okay, yeah, this
Of course, there's gonna be people disagreeing, right?
yeah, that's why I'm like
In
looking.
comments.
I'm looking for good comments. This isn't interesting. So this guy says this is valid. I mean, your friends consider you leftovers. That's pretty much all you need to know about your value, about how valuable you are to their as friends. But then this one guy comments, everyone's the asshole except for boyfriend. She sold out her boyfriend by telling his insecurities to folks she used to bang, who immediately used it against him and demanded him. That was just plain cold. Original poster is worried about sex. Her boyfriend is wondering if or how she's going to betray him again. She's entirely glossing over the worst part of this. I don't know, but I'd be comfortable betting money the leftovers crack is motivating her more than what she and her former partners did to her boyfriend.
This person is smoking meth. If you can tell your friends my significant other isn't comfortable about this, please don't joke about it. And that's
Yeah.
not belittling him. That's saying he's not comfortable with this. Don't talk about it.
This is a very specific situation, right? So like if you are gonna be telling your friends like, hey, what we did is what we did, and we're cool with it. Do not mention it to my significant other now, because that's just gonna ruin things. And then they go ahead and do it anyway.
Not your fault. They're
that's it.
terrible people.
Yeah, that's it. You're done. You're done with them. It's over.
How are you gonna blame the girl for this? She had a past. Some people do adventurous things. That's fine. How are you gonna get mad at the dude or her for that? That's crazy.
She got ran through though.
She did. She did. Yeah, she did. Yeah, they had some fucking group stuff. That's fucking crazy. Personally, I wouldn't be friends with them again, but you know, that's just me.
She knows, like the other dude said, she knows her value in that relationship. They don't
Yeah.
view her as a friend. They view her as somebody that they fucked. Which is crazy.
Pretty much.
And I don't know. They probably view her as somebody that they can go back to if their relationship doesn't work out.
Although she is kind of okay. I think I see like this guy's point of view. Like the commenter is saying that he thinks that the girl is only thinking about sex because of the last comment she made. How can I make up to my boyfriend? I tried showing him I want him by initiating sex, but like that shouldn't be like the way you show someone you want them, you know? In a way, yeah, but like you would like let's say you were the guy. Would you want to fuck in that situation?
Probably not. But
Yeah.
like you also have to think like she doesn't know any other not that she doesn't know any other way, but she's thinking of ways to fix
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, she's at least trying and like reaching out to people, with
Yeah,
this
if
anonymous
she's
post.
like, oh, how do I fix this? This isn't working. What other ways do I got? Which
Yeah.
is fine. I don't think that makes her an asshole. She just didn't think it through, and that's what she went to.
This
Which
commenter
is like,
saying you
is
are
it
an
the
asshole
wrong?
because of that, but
No, that commenter's
no,
inbred.
I don't think so.
That commenter
No,
is I don't know.
I think she handled it nice with her disclaimers and letting people know.
Okay, this is I guess this is the commenter says, how can I, okay, so he like retweets that part. How can I make this up to my boyfriend? Maybe start by no longer telling people he's insecure. Should she be going around telling people that he's insecure about it?
She's not going on telling
If she
people. She's
That
saying he's uncomfortable with this. Don't bring it up.
let me see. Let me double check.
if she said insecure explicitly, then maybe she shouldn't have used that term.
But she was probably not thinking when she said it. Is she wrong
I
for
don't know what
wording
she
it
was
like
thinking
that?
in that
Maybe.
situation.
But like, it's also your friends. You think that if you tell them something, they're not gonna do it. Like, if I were to be like, "Hey guys, I'm talking to this girl and she doesn't really like drinking. Please don't bring up me doing the Tim T." Like, I don't think you guys would bring up, "Hey, you guys remember that time Tim fucking blacked out?" Like, you guys, I don't think you guys would do that. I know it's like a different thing, but you know what I mean? Like, oh, this girl's like really not into like the party stuff. Please don't bring it up.
She did say that. Okay, I was furious and confronted my friends. They kept saying they were trying to man up my boyfriend since I told them he felt insecure about them. So yeah.
Telling you to fall on the floor, look and tell my god, dude.
And offer her a tip tea. Oh
Yeah, true.
shit.
I don't know, but like I feel like if you ask your friends something and you think they're your friends, you should expect that they're not gonna
Yeah,
go behind your back.
that's true. You don't do that, bro. Like, you don't do that.
Yeah, it's a violation of your trust and your privacy.
Yeah, just keep it between yourselves. That shouldn't be. Yeah,
Yeah, they're acting like children.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Everybody else agrees.
Yeah. People that violate trust and privacy, like of friendships, to be shot, in my opinion. And yeah,
No.
oh, you think out of game?
What's up?
What?
What'd you say?
No,
In
that's it.
GTA.
I said in game, and then you said no.
Oh no, I was reading comments. I'm like, no, that's not what they want, man. But we already talked about that.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's pretty much it. Everybody else agrees.
Yeah, because that's objectively.
You're hanging out
Okay,
with the
yes.
guys who ran a train on you with your new boyfriend. What the fuck is wrong with fucking kids these days? Goddamn. Oh my god. Man, that guy's a trooper.
Kids these days.
Kids these days, bro. Dude, that boyfriend's a fucking trooper though. Like, holy shit. Getting done with
If
that.
he knew about the history, but it made like he was like okay with it, but like don't bring it up.
Don't
Why
bring it
bring
up.
Yeah, like if he knew about the history, it just made him a little bit uncomfortable. Like he was mostly
And
fine
the
with
most
it.
bullshit part about it is that they do it as soon as she left. Isn't that fucking
Yeah.
crazy?
They didn't even have the balls to say it while she was there.
No. Like, Jesus Christ, man. If you can't say it in front of her, then don't say it at all. Like,
Yeah, no. If you're with this, if you say something, you should have what it takes to say it in front of that person. I'm not saying that every little thing you have to say in front of that person, but if you wouldn't say it in front of them, don't say it like that. If they're your friend, like what are you doing?
oh, this is the post where there's updates. Oh, there's updates, boys.
What is this?
What's up?
Parasite. Wait a second.
What are you looking at?
Why is Parasite spelled like this? Is this
Yeah,
Parasite?
I'm wondering that too. I'm looking
Oh.
into this.
Wait, no, this is Parasite.
What are you guys talking about? Oh, you guys on topics?
No, it's Netflix. I hope he
I
gets
know.
AIDS.
Oh,
I
is this a
know.
second? Is this a show from the movie Parasite? No,
I
this is
think so.
anime. No, this is the anime.
No, this is the anime. Look at this. Look at the
Oh.
arms.
Yeah, the
They're
spelling.
blades. It's a spelling, and if you look at
Oh.
the guys in the distance, the way that the blades are shaped is the way that they were shaped in.
Oh.
Yeah, it has the blades. Yeah. What the fuck?
And it says based on Parasite by Hitoshi.
It does have the Train to Busan director, and Train to Busan is very good, but who knows?
Parasite
Why do they call it the Gray, though?
If they put it in somebody's
it's a
hands,
spin-off.
that's
Oh,
competent.
it's a spin-off. Okay.
It has to be a spinoff because that
Yeah.
girl's not from the original thing.
Yeah. That's why I was confused. I'm like, who's
Parasite
that?
to me is like one of the first animes I ever watched, but I also think it's one of the best.
It's one of the it's one of my first ones too, and it is really
Yeah.
good. It is very good.
Yeah.
I'd put Parasite. To me, I think Parasite's a very solid beginner anime.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
man, we'll see though.
Yo, tell me why I was talking to somebody and they're like, "Oh, I didn't like Parasite," and I was like, "Did you finish it?" And they were like, "No," and I was like,
Then you need to finish it, like
They were like, "Oh yeah, I watched like part of the first episode." I was like,
brother. The first episode is like part of the first episode.
I
The
felt
ending of the first
disrespect.
episode is crazy.
The
Does he have
entire first
Migi?
episode is crazy.
Yeah.
Migi is still what I name a lot of my pets in games. I literally do. Like when I'm playing Monster Hunter, my cat's name is Miki. Like anytime I need a name like a companion, I name it Miki. And it's because of him. He was a baller. He was a pimp. Miki was about that life. He said, "I wonder what titties feel like," and he went for it. Was it wrong of him? Yeah.
Satisfactory.
He's like, "Oh, you got a boner? Let's rub it out right here in the
Yeah,
bathroom."
let's see what happens.
And remember that scene, and the guy's like, "Can you please stop talking to your dick, dude?" Like,
Yeah, yeah. We're in the bathroom.
It's like, "Stop talking to your Johnson." He's like, "What?" No, that was Parasite was good. What was your other Ada?
So no, apparently this is the one with the updates. So
With updates? What do you mean?
yeah,
Updates?
like this one has updates. This Ada has like there's updates.
Have
after
we done this one before?
No, I'm just saying like this is like
Okay.
they've updated recently. So this is the first update. Boyfriend finally opened up. He said he's glad I cut off my friends, that he wasn't gonna ask me to do it, but if I hadn't, he would have left. He said he doesn't want to break up over this, as it wasn't something wrong I did. He gets that most people have a past and that I didn't even know him back then. He said it just became too real when my ex friends opened their mouth. He's also mad at me because I told him his insecurities, something that I know was a horrible mistake. I apologized profusely and promised it was never going to happen again. He also says he feels inadequate and inferior. He said, "How the hell am I supposed to compare? I'm just one guy." I assured him he's way better than them and that
I know
he's
he
all I
compare.
want from now on.
Headdragon.com, wear the extensions, baby.
Wear the sleeve, baby.
Wear the sleeves.
Wear the
Get the extra
sleeve.
large. You'll be fine. You can compare.
Oh, that's what my other Ada was. It's about a sleeve. That's why I fucking. Where is it?
Finish your sentence. Go back to finishing reading what you were saying. I'm sorry I interrupted you. I didn't mean to distract you.
Oh, I lost it. Fuck, it's not here anymore. Where is it? Whatever.
That reminds me. You have to help me post a thing on Reddit.
Oh yeah, that's right. We kept talking for a while. Eventually, we hugged it out. He says he doesn't feel ready to have sex again and asked me to respect that, which I agreed. Doesn't want to hang out with any other former partner. He says he won't freak out if anything if we run into one at like a party, but won't hang out with them outside of that, which is more than fair after what happened. One of my best friends reached out and apologized for what she said. She thought my former friends just mentioned our history and my boyfriend got all insecure, but didn't realize how horrible they were. She says she broke up with him already. I haven't heard from the other friend. As for me, I feel absolutely disgusting knowing I let those guys touch me. I know I fucked up with them when I told them about my boyfriend's insecurity. So it doesn't excuse how horrible some of your comments were. I take full responsibility for disclosing my boyfriend's insecurities, but most of you just wanted to shame me for having sex in the first place. I didn't hurt anyone just for having group sex, but I did fuck up by calling the wrong people my friends. Yeah, that's right.
Having group sex isn't even like that weird.
It's normal for
people have been having orgies since like
Greece,
the beginning
Roman
of time.
times.
Yeah.
The Spartans used to butt fuck each other before every battle. Like they were having
That was
knows what
that
type
was
of
a
oily
ritual
sex
before
right before.
going
Yeah,
to
that
war.
was a ritual. That's how they won. That's how they won in 300.
Oh yeah.
Mass group
They
sex.
didn't.
You guys remember
win,
that scene?
That scene where they won because they butt fucked each other.
Yeah. So this is the last update.
Weird.
This is the last update. My boyfriend and I seem to be back on track now. He's back to his old self and has been very loving and sweet. I've been as affectionate as possible without being sexual. I've been making him meals, got him a couple gifts, and complimented him. Had a deep talk about boundaries, and we talked about what happened.
Hey, got a nice cock, handsome.
Yep.
She's trying to make it up to him.
He forgave me for talking about his insecurities to my friends. Promise him won't do anything like that again. He's fully aware of my previous post and say it's fine because no one knows who we are. So apparently, like, He knows about the posts. After I assured him he's the best I've had, which is true, and that I don't want anyone else but him, he got his confidence back, and he wasn't shy to show me. Hey yo, he got his cock back. So things are
Learn
good
his
now with
leave.
us. I've learned my mistake. As for my former friends, I blocked them on everything, and I have no desire to ever see them again. Period. Yeah, that's it. Period.
Snip piss, you won't be missed.
Yeah. Yeah, but what do you guys think? The boyfriend's probably gonna. What do you think? You think he's moved on for real?
Probably if he's going for it. I mean, listen, he was fine with it to begin with. It was just the other dudes being
Around?
dicks.
Yeah.
It's not even that they were around. His issue was what they said.
Yeah. That's true. They weren't. I mean, yeah. That's about it. I want to find
Two
that
girls
cock
were
sleeve fucking
coming out.
post. God damn it.
What are you on about?
Can you just do Reddit
Well,
search in the
this is coming out
subreddit
on April 5th. This Parasite
Maybe I
thing.
can
That's
do
what
it.
I'm most excited for now.
keyword?
Let's hope it it's good because it's
Yeah, let's not
Netflix.
jinx it. I mean, it's gonna be in Korean, maybe. I think I'm looking at the
Korean is
IMDb.
Japanese though, right?
It has Korean stars, Korean actors.
Oh, that's weird. That's a weird choice, but okay, cool.
I don't speak Korean.
You don't
I
speak
think it might
Japanese
be
either.
in-
How do you know?
Tell me one sentence in Japanese. Sentence, not word. Sentence.
Lin Pick Gayo.
Gesundheit. You told me a limp dick.
No, that was the garlic.
I don't speak subtitles.
I want to learn Korean just so I can watch the show with no subtitles.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's like it's probably gonna be in Korean.
Ooh, you think they'll have that one dude from Train to Busan? The guy the dude that plays the dad that boxes the zombies with bare hands. He's like watching this. I forgot the
Isn't he in
actor's name.
PUBG? Like a skin?
Maybe he's been in a lot of stuff recently.
I swear I've seen him like on the main loading screen.
How often are you playing PUBG? Wait a second.
This was a while ago, I think. Yeah, PUBG cinematic teaser features Train to Busan actor Don Lee.
Okay, yeah, that guy. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember seeing him on on the loading screen or something like that. I don't know, they had like a little animation or cinematic. Train to Busan was a good movie.
That was a very solid movie. I think they made a second one, but I never watched it.
I didn't even know there was a second one.
I think there's a second one. Don't quote me on that.
Did I find it?
That movie was one of the ones I was able to convince my family to watch. My mom doesn't like subtitles. My dad's like growing more and more accustomed to them. Like he's okay with them nowadays.
Respect.
I think his friend was like, "You should watch even things in English with subtitles in case you miss something. You can still read it at the bottom. You're like, you know what, you're right." And he started doing that. And you're like, "This is pretty cool." So now he's grown more accustomed to them. I feel like getting used to subtitles is weird at first, but afterwards you're like, I like it.
All
I
right,
watch like everything with my own.
note to self: don't look up cock sleeve on Reddit. We're good. I'm not gonna look for it.
Did you look in the subreddit or in the
I looked at the
entire
subreddit
site?
and I couldn't find it,
Yes,
and then I
sure you
looked at the
did.
entire site and I saw more than I should have.
I don't know why you would look at the entire site.
I saw more than I should have.
This is gonna be a good idea. Let me look up cocks.
Yeah, never mind. We're not gonna do
What
that
was your
again.
point?
You
I don't have
show it on
anything
the
else.
stream.
That's it. Anyway,
Anyway,
Well, we're at 2 hours.
what were we
we'll
gonna
be
say
back.
next week? We're gonna do a gaming, right?
We're gonna try to do gaming at some point next week as well.
So how do we want to
Maybe
do
game
it?
day.
Do we want to
maybe
do it like during our hour or out a couple hours
No,
or
no,
whatever?
afterwards.
Probably after.
Okay,
After.
so we're gonna do
We'll
the
do it
pod and then we'll do a gaming session after.
Yeah.
Word. Okay.
And we'll try to figure out how to get all the cameras on.
Yeah, we'll figure that shit out. Helldivers 2, right? That's what deck you wanted.
I think
I
so.
mean, up to you guys.
And we
I'll
never talked about
pick it up.
media literacy. I hate it here. Somebody remind me. We're talking about media literacy being terrible nowadays.
Oh, that's right.
And
We
then
didn't get to talk about
right after.
that. Well, it's because we didn't get to talk about Helldive. We talked about shows the entire time.
To be fair, it would have been. We could have talked about Starship Troopers because that's another thing where people didn't have media literacy back in the day. I'm gonna type media literacy right here. I'm gonna remember it because it doesn't make me mad. And I'm gonna be like, we gotta talk about it.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you guys
Yeah,
on the
me and
flip.
Marty we're debating next week about media literacy, whether or
Yes.
not people have it.
Bye, guys.
I think not.